welcome to Across the Omniverse, a podcast brought to you by Cinema Sangha. My name is Devin Faraci. I am one of the hosts of the program. Joining me, as he traditionally does,
my name is Derek Faraci, and if all above failed to ignite a good conversation, one could always talk about ghosts. How are you, Devin?
I'm okay. How's your Super Bowl Sunday going?
It's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you watch the TPUSA halftime show?
Of course.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
We're Americans, aren't we?
Yeah. Couldn't miss that. Kid Rock. The best.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I'm gonna watch it later. I'm gonna scrub through it, is what I should probably say.
Do you think Kid Rock was always a piece of shit, or was it his buddy that died? What was his name? Lil Joe? Was that guy's name? Remember that dude?
No, I don't.
He had a guy who hung out with him all the time, named like Lil Joe or something like that. He died. I've always wondered if like maybe Lil Joe was his conscience, and now it's all gone.
I mean, I feel like wasn't his deal always that he's a piece of shit? That was part of the deal. I mean, like, as people have enjoyed pointing out lately, he wrote a song in the 90s about underage girls. I mean, like, it's not like this. He's like a redneck piece of shit. Like, that's the whole point, right? So, it's just that he's just disgusting is the thing. He's just like really gross. And he has, I will say though, that one song though, he's got one good song. And I like it, yeah. Badwood to Bada Bada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I like that. Like I know I'm supposed to say I ironically like that, but I actually like it. I don't
know well enough to say.
My name is Kid.
No, I know the song, but like I'm just not.
It's not good. Like it's not good. Like, but I like it. I actually like it, and I have done it at karaoke. It's very challenging. Yeah. It's a very challenging karaoke song. But well, the TPUSA, even the people on the TP,
everybody dropped out of his
country
show. So maybe you can call him up and be like, I can do karaoke if your song's there.
Happy to do it. Even people that are on the TPUSA show had to release statements saying, no, I don't hate people. Like, it's amazing. It's so incredible.
What are you doing on that show?
Because they want the money and they want the attention. That's the thing.
Yeah, but there's other ways to get money and attention. You don't need to be like, I understand that this is a white supremacist group, but I'm not part of that. I just want their money. Like, no,
honestly,
sorry,
that is so American.
Yes.
I understand these people are deeply evil. I mean, Pete Davidson went to Saudi Arabia.
Just see the paychecks.
That's the thing. Saudi Arabian sponsored terrorists killed Pete Davidson's dad, and then he went to Saudi Arabia and took their money.
Yeah, that is the only guy who did that I was okay with. I was like, you gotta get something out of it.
I don't know. I mean, I get where you're coming from on that one, but like, I also feel like that, like, this is not even like a race. Like, it's the Saudi Arabians. Those are the actual people. Like the people that run that country are the actual
who funded.
Yeah. Like it's not some kind of like, how dare you? Like, I'm not being racist. I'm like,
what if that was his whole thing though? Was he just stood there and constantly like alluded to it and then switched to something else? So he never actually said anything, but he never actually says anything.
Doesn't make a difference.
He's like, like my dad who was killed. And then he just moves on. Like,
I mean, yeah, they would still cut his head off. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, you can't speak freely there. You can't even make allusions. Yeah, would be the thing. So, the TPUSA, Tupusa. Everybody loves Tupusa. Yeah. Tupusa. Did you watch the Dunkin Donuts commercial?
No.
It is legitimate. Like, so everybody was making fun of it. And I was like, oh boy, here we are on the internet. Everybody's overreacting to a harmless commercial. It's probably stupid. And then I watched it, and it is legitimately one of the most horrific things I have ever watched.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't care. It's a commercial. Are we a commercial show now?
No, we're a pop culture show.
It's not pop culture. It's commercials.
No, I'm going to tell you why it's pop culture. Because the premise is, it says, when it starts, it says, before they made it into a movie, Good Will Hunting was actually a sitcom. And then it's the sitcom Good Will Dunkin'. And it's Ben Affleck in the Matt Damon role. And his boss is Jason Alexander. Carlton from Fresh Prince is there. Joey Tribbiani is there. Sam from Cheers is his boss, and Jennifer
Sam
Aniston
from Cheers. Like I understand you can't remember the name of the guy who played Carlton.
No. They're playing those characters. That's
But
the
you
thing.
said Jason Alexander. You started with Jason Alexander.
Well, he's not really playing George. He's got hair.
Okay.
He's got like a lot of hair. But Ted Danson comes out and he's like being Sam the bartender.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's and it's really horrific. They're all de-aged, so it's like doubly horrifying. Like not only, but it's like not funny. There's not a single funny bit in it. Like sometimes those commercials you can look at it and you can go, okay, that's not funny, but it's like This is just a minute of horror, and they all look like the most grotesque creatures of all time. It is so bad. It is so bad. Cool. It is a really like kind of a low point of all time.
Cool.
So, this is why you're not actually made for podcasts. It's why it's exciting you're on a podcast, but you're not really made for it
because I don't give a shit about a commercial.
Yes.
This is neither a coffee podcast or a commercial podcast. Last I checked, we are not across the Robusta. We are across the Omniverse. This isn't even a pop culture podcast.
It is though.
No, it's not, because we just did like 4 episodes of Love Boat, which has not been popular.
But it is pop culture.
Years.
That is pop culture, though. It is. It definitely is, because it's not high culture. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely pop culture. But anyway, yeah, the Dunkin Donuts ad. I bet many of our listeners watch the Dunkin Donuts ad, and they appreciate me validating their experience with a Dunkin Donuts ad. Which
they needed you to validate their experience on an ad.
They didn't need it, but it's nice.
Okay,
it's nice to get it.
Stop looking for validation from others. Get it from inside. Get it from within, guys. It feels much better. Trust me. Then you don't have to watch bad commercials.
So here's the thing, though. It's kind of wild that there's a Dunkin' Donuts Super Bowl commercial that's inspired by a Gus Van Sant movie. And then I was thinking, what if they did,
Elephant?
Elephant. That's exactly what I was thinking. Before it was a movie, Elephant was a sitcom. And then he's just opening fire in a fucking...
No, with that, you would do it like 90210. You would get all of them back. Right? Yeah. Or maybe Saved by the Bell. Maybe you go like Saved by the Bell with that.
Yeah. Because My Own Private Idaho is funny to do as a commercial, but it's not as funny as Elephant. Elephant is the really funny one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I found upsetting?
What?
Not upsetting, but I was like, what's going on here? Saturday Night Live did a sketch of One Battle After Another action figures.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, this is hilarious. And I was like, this is the Philadelphia one, but not as funny.
Yep.
The Philadelphia one's way funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Because one battle after another, there's actual action scenes and
yeah, and
guns.
the title also
yes.
sounds actiony. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It doesn't seem crazy. Philadelphia's it's a fucking courtroom drama about AIDS. Yeah, that's it. The joke would have been Hamnet action figures.
Hamnet would have been good. Yeah.
Here's Hamnet with grave dropping action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the joke. One battle after another is just not that funny. It's just not.
No, it's not as funny. It's not as funny.
Yeah, I watched Hamnet, by the way. Did we talk about this already?
No. I don't think we did.
I got to tell you something. I watched Hamnet, and I wish I liked it more.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not very funny.
I mean, that's the thing, is I was like, come on, I know that this humor's dry, but this is fucking kindling. Jesus. No, I'm a big sucker. I cry at commercials, and sure. I did not cry. I came close to crying at the very end of the movie. But I did not cry. I think one of the problems is that it's a fast forward movie.
Okay.
Where every scene takes place 6 months after the last scene. It's one of those.
Yeah.
They just kind of blow through a lot of stuff. And then also, Jessie Buckley is good. She's probably gonna win the Oscar, but she's probably gonna win the Oscar because she's doing most acting. She's just turned up to 11. She is all the way.
But she didn't win the Golden Globe though, right? Or
no, she did. She did.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end, she has this.
Didn't Rose Byrne win it?
Didn't
or
she
is that
got
for
supporting?
Comedy? That's for comedy.
That's so
No,
funny.
Rose Byrne was the star of her movie.
No, I'm saying what's her name got for supporting, not Rose Byrne. I just said her name and I can't remember now.
Jessie Buckley.
Jessie Buckley. Yeah, I mean, she's I think was supporting this year.
Oh, okay.
But at the end of the movie, she ends up going to a Shakespeare play, and it's very crazy because she is one of the absolute worst people I've ever seen in an audience. Like, I was like so mad. I was so mad at what a bad fucking audience member she was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What's she like?
I mean, there's an emotional reason that she's so bad, but I was like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. Like,
okay.
It's a play. Shut the fuck up.
She's like heckling.
Well, everybody's shushing her the whole time too.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah. But spoiler: the kid dies.
Yes, I heard.
So, yeah, and it's not like horrible, but
Yeah.
boy. Anyway,
I saw 2 movies I hadn't seen this weekend.
what'd you say?
I saw Send Help, which honestly, at one point I thought I was going to throw up.
Which scene?
I don't want to say because it's a spoiler.
Just give me like a general vibe. Was it the boar? Was it
No.
the beach rescue?
Beach Rescue.
Yeah, I thought that would be it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it with Shane and I said out loud, I'm going to throw up.
It's amazing.
I do think if there was like one more of that, like one more moment of that, I would have thrown up. I would have been like, oh. That was really gross.
It's really juvenile.
It's very juvenile. It's very juvenile.
But however, the story though is not juvenile. That's what's really interesting, is that the story I think is like there's like really good class stuff, there's really good gender stuff going on, but like the way that he makes the movie is super fucking juvenile and it's delightful. Like it's really wonderful.
Yes, I agree. It's very like obvious. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like there's nothing in the movie that is shocking or twistful. You know, it's like, yep, okay, that's what's going on. Yep.
I think there's a pretty big twist.
I did not think so.
Really? That's crazy. I would disagree.
We'll discuss it between recordings because I don't want to spoil anything. But I saw that, and then I saw the Springsteen movie.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
It is. Our father told me that it was very bad. It is very bad.
Wow.
It is very. I finished it like a couple minutes before we started recording, and it is real. It is not good. It is just not a good movie. Yeah. You know, the weirdest thing is it ends and like the last 2 minutes, like, oh, this is what the movie should have been, is this last 2 minutes that you're doing here. But instead they focus on a bunch of other stuff. And it was not good. And possibly the worst part is Springsteen's hanging out listening to Foreigner, which I just refuse to accept.
I bet that actually happened though.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there's Gus.
Yeah, he's crying. He wants to be on the podcast. He says,
he also
hello,
saw
everybody.
Deliver Me From Nowhere, and he wants to discuss it.
Hello, everybody. Send Help and Deliver Me From Nowhere. That's a really interesting double feature title-wise. I saw Paying
I also watched
For It.
Star Trek 5 and 6.
I saw Paying For It this week, which is an adaptation of the Chester Brown memoir. And I saw it with Chester Brown in attendance. And the story is about Chester Brown, who's an underground comics guy, who is pretty famous in that world. Like, it's a pretty big deal. He ended his romantic relationship and decided he didn't want to do romance anymore. So he decided he would only go see prostitutes from now on. And it's a movie about that. And the thing is, the director who adapted it is the girlfriend that he stopped seeing to go see prostitutes.
Okay, well, there you go.
So he wrote his memoir about this period of their life, and then she adapted his memoir. And it's really amazing.
That's interesting.
It's a pretty good movie. It's in like limited theaters now, and it's gonna have a Blu-ray release here in the USA, and it's a Canadian picture. But it's like, I went with my friend, and the woman, the girlfriend who's also the director, she was a VJ on Much Music, the Canadian MTV. Okay. And she's very famous, like in Canada. She's very Canadian famous. And in fact, there were Canadians in the audience who were very excited.
So he was like, I have a famous girlfriend in Canada?
Well, he's also from Canada, though. So
I'm making a joke. Though.
But so they keep showing videos from Much Music. And after the movie, my friend was like, I love those fake music videos. I go, no, those are all real. I said, Canada has its own totally weird music thing going on that all of it feels a little bit fake. Like, because they're making the same kind of music that we were making here in the United States, but you've never heard of it. And so it feels like it's a bit, kind of. Yeah. And it was very amazing. She was like blown away that all of these music videos were real.
Yeah. There's the Star Trek podcast I listen to, Star Trek Next Conversation. Every week they play whatever the number one song was for like the week of whatever episode they're doing came out. Yeah. And sometimes they'll play if the American one was the same one from the week before, they'll play whatever was big in the UK. And every time it's some weird fucking song. They're like, how are these songs number one? Because they're always terrible.
Yeah.
Strange songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it turns out almost every time it was like, oh, it was in a commercial and people liked the commercial. So they made it the number one song.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Weird different places.
Yeah, but if you can see paying for it, I recommend it. It's got a real 90s 2000s indie movie vibe. Like it really feels like one of those movies, which is nice. It's kind of nice to see a movie like that, you know? Yeah. Like a shaggy indie rom-com kind of a thing, although it's not really a rom-com because he stops going for romance.
Yeah.
But
it's the anti-rom-com is how they would have pushed it in like the 2000s.
It is in fact how they are pushing it right now.
Are they? There you go. All right. There you go.
That is on the poster right now. Yeah.
The anti-rom-com.
Yeah. So, but Suki and Lee is the name of the director, and
I mean, I'm sure the movie's good. I'm not saying anything against the movie, but
I get it. I know. It's a very small movie, but I really quite enjoyed it. So yeah, and it was really interesting that Chester Brown's girlfriend was like this very fucking cool VJ, and he's like a fucking comic dork.
Sure.
And what's really fun is that they do fake versions of his other comic friends that they like hang out. So it's Joe, Matt, and Seth, who are other underground comics guys, and they're just dramatized. They don't use their names, but it's like them. Like if you know who they are, it's like them, and it's very, very fucking. I was like, I never imagined I'd go to a movie and they would have somebody playing Seth. Like it never even occurred to me that it could happen. You know, Joe, Matt.
Now you can do like a double feature of this and American Splendor, and then in between them show that short that what's his face made that was a ripoff that he stole. Remember that one?
No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about at all.
What's his name? Mutt from Indiana Jones.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. So I enjoyed it. If it's playing near you, I recommend it. Shia LaBeouf, that's his name.
There you go.
So, all right. So, what is our news this week for Across the Omniverse?
A lot of news. Mandy Patinkin has been cast as Odin in the God of War TV show.
So, I've never played God of War.
I have. I played like the first two, I think.
So, what role would Odin have in this Norse story?
I don't remember Odin being in the ones I played. In the one I definitely played the first one. I may have played the second. I can't remember. And I played a little bit of there's one that came with a PS5 when I bought the PS5, and I played the first level of that, and I was like, this is not for me. But I think that one is where the Greek gods come into it. But I mean, the idea of the games is that Kratos, I think is the character's name, it just wants to kill all the gods. So he's going through every different mythology.
He's going through all the pantheons. Yeah.
You know.
This is a TV show, right?
Yes.
So this could be the plot of the TV show. This guy just going to kill all the gods.
Sure.
So
that's fun.
There we go. God, I love Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
Love Mandy Patinkin. The more work he gets, the happier I am. So.
Do you think he's still difficult to work with, or do you think now he's older? He's
old. I think now that he's older, and he's got a little bit of a online fandom.
Yeah. That
loves him as a cuddly old man with his wife making videos. I think that's. Yeah. Yeah, he was a Broadway guy. He's a diva. I get it. If you're Mandy Patinkin, you can be difficult to work with. I think that you should be honored to work with Mandy Patinkin.
I forgot who it was. Somebody who's worked with him before. It was asked about him being difficult to work with, and their answer was yeah, he can be difficult to work with if the people he's working with don't know what they're doing.
That's the thing, yeah, because he's a real pro, right? So sometimes I hear these stories about somebody being difficult. And then I'm always like, okay, so what's the context though? Like, were you
Yeah.
an idiot? Like, are you unprepared? Are you like
Yeah.
not like you're not taking it seriously? Because again, this guy's a Broadway performer. Like, this guy's
Yeah.
taking it seriously. Like, he is gonna walk onto that set fundamentally prepared, like up and
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
And if you're not coming that way, if you're like, hey, I'll just figure it out on the day, like he's gonna be like, fuck you, man. Like that's
That's
not
not
how
what he
it
does.
is.
That's not his style.
Yeah.
Not his style, I guess.
And he's Mandy Patinkin, so you have to work in his style, frankly, at the end of the day. Like there's certain people that if you get to work with them, you have to just work in their style.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
or if you don't, like, accept the fact that they're gonna not be nice to you. Like that's the thing. Like,
yeah. Be prepared.
yeah, be prepared, man. Yeah.
Yeah. This is probably just for you and I, but who knows? Rachel Bloom will be reuniting with Pete Gardner from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on her new comedy series sitcom. Do You Want Kids?
Which
Pete
one's
Gardner played her boss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I'm
that's right,
having
yeah.
a few people over.
Yes.
That guy.
Yes.
My favorite song from that show. Yep. So that made me excited.
Very nice. Good for her.
Charlie XCX is making a movie with Takashi Miike, his new horror movie. It's also going to have Millie Alcock, Norman Reedus, Kiko Mizuhara, and Sho Matsuda.
What is with our Japanese auteurs loving Norman Reedus?
I think it's because he looks like the embodiment of like 80s anime characters. Like the cool 80s anime guy is just him. He is that. So like, yeah, that guy. It's like him and Keanu Reeves, and Keanu Reeves cost more.
Yeah, no, a lot more.
You know,
I would imagine.
yeah.
Yeah. Although I bet
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves would probably work. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't charge that much for Bill and Ted 3.
No, I'm sure. I would not be surprised if you could get Keanu Reeves for pretty cheap if he really, really believes in the project or whatever, you know, or he just wants to work with the person. Like I'm sure Bill and Ted 3 he did for a song,
Yeah, sure.
you know.
Yeah.
But who knows with these? I don't know. Norman Reedus is also younger.
It's just he's not that
kinda
young
helps.
though. He's not that
No, but he's
young.
younger than Keanu Reeves.
I mean,
right?
is he?
I think so.
I think that he might be in his late 50s. I'm looking this up right now. Norman Reedus, he's 57 years old.
How old is Keanu Reeves? 82.
61. They're 4 years different.
All right,
Nothing.
that different. Wow, that's crazy.
Nothing.
If anything, that shows how long Keanu Reeves has been famous for.
He's been famous for a long time.
Wow.
I mean, Norman Reedus was famous for a minute too, because Norman Reedus kind of got like not famous, but he's like a character
like, cult
actor
famous,
in like
yeah.
the late 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
But like Kojima made him the star of his big giant video games now.
Yeah.
And Miike, another total fucking Japanese auteur, puts him in his movie.
Yeah.
Charlie XCX's movie got mixed reviews out of Sundance. Some
Oh.
people I know liked it, and some people I know did not like it.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, you gotta let everybody know what you think. That way they can decide how they feel about it and feel vindicated in their thoughts.
Validated, and I haven't seen it
Sorry,
yet. That's
validated.
but what?
That's what you said.
I know I said that the Dunkin Donuts I needed to validate.
Yes.
Them. Yeah.
Yes. And I say you should not look for validation from others.
I will not. You will not be surprised that Donald Trump is right now having a meltdown about the Bad Bunny halftime show.
Yeah. What a shock.
He's not watching the TP USA. Apparently, he's losing his fucking mind.
Was it the kid or not though? That is the one thing I don't know.
The kid?
Yeah, that Bad Bunny at the end he gives his Grammy to a kid that looks like Liam, the little boy who was locked up.
Oh, I don't know.
People
I
are
did not-
arguing about whether or not it's actually Liam.
No, it wasn't. Liam was locked up when he got the Grammy. Or
But
maybe at
he
the end of
gave
the
it at the end of the halftime show.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I got to watch it later because I don't have the TV channels
Yeah, I
to
didn't
watch
watch it either. I just saw people discussing it.
That's pretty amazing, though. I mean, like, that's amazing. You know,
I saw that right under a tweet from Anna Marie Cox saying he wasn't very political in his thing, and the next thing I see is a clip of him handing his Grammy to what looks like Liam, the child who's locked up,
Well,
with the
page
blue
6
hat. I'm like,
page
that seems pretty political.
Page 6 said that Green Day was not political in their opening song, and their opening song was American Idiot.
Was American Idiot, and apparently I read that I saw that
NBC.
NBC bleeped whenever they said Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on. Like, But this is this I think the same day that Trump crashed out on an Olympic athlete. It's fucking, I mean, it's every now and again I have to sit back and pretend like it's fiction so that I can deal with it. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, there's a thing back in the day. I don't think we can do this anymore. Back in the day, if your kid came home and like, oh, I got like a C on my test or I got an F on my test, you're like, well, look, you're never going to be president, but that's okay. You can't say that anymore.
No,
clearly any fucking idiot can be president.
Yeah.
Like I look at it, I'm like, I could 100% sit around, watch TV and tweet about it all day. I could do that. That's not a problem. I can do that.
Mom, Dad, I'm a pedophile. Well, good news. You can still be a president of the United States.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
Craig Mazin is making a Baldur's Gate TV show that continues the story from where the games end.
A lot of people are not happy about this.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to say why they're not happy about it.
They're not happy because I think my friend who's not happy about it in particular was talking to me about it, and her take was that she thinks they fucked up Last of Us 2.
Okay.
They fucked up when they adapted the game. But also, I guess, apparently, they're not involving any of the writers of the game.
Okay.
Which I think is like fine, but I also understand why people get upset about that because people have a really weird relationship to this game. And also, I think that people feel like Baldur's Gate, that world is bigger than just Baldur's Gate 3. And they're like, why is this just a sequel to Baldur's Gate 3? Like, what doesn't make any sense to me? But I don't know. I haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3. I did make it so that all of my characters are fully naked at the camp, though. That I did do. There's like dong flanging around when I go back to camp in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But the reason why I didn't finish, I got to the second act, and there's just a big fight at like I'm at an inn, and like the undead are attacking, and I cannot get through it with the good ending, and I refuse to allow the bad ending in my thing, even though I know the game will not end, like it will continue going,
Yeah.
But I need to get the optimal ending, and I can't get it. I can't make it happen, and so I have a fundamentally just said like, fuck this. I can't. And I'll go back to it, but then when I go back to it, I will not remember how anything works. But I do know that if they do use some of these characters, there's characters in this game that I know many people want to fuck. And I think that they're going to have some real challenges in casting some of those characters.
Uh-oh.
They really want to fuck that vampire. I don't know if he makes it out alive at the end of the game. Astarion.
He is.
Okay. Oh, you ever played the game, huh?
No.
It's a really good game. If I didn't have this problem where I need to like get the optimal outcome, and I know I'm not getting the optimal outcome, then I can't continue. I would say it's like one of the best games I've ever played, but I didn't finish it, so I can't fully say.
Is it a menus game?
Oh my god, it is got menus like you wouldn't believe. It's got menus.
I will never play it.
It's got wheels that you choose things from.
Nope, I will never play. I fucking hate that in games. I hate it when it's like, okay, hold down the right trigger and then press B to open up the sub menu.
Well, it's turn-based though, so it isn't
even
like
turn-based. I just don't. Your game, there's too much going on, and I'm just playing this to relax and have fun. Like that's what.
Well, the thing is, it's a pretty legitimate Dungeons and Dragons experience.
Yeah,
so that's why.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it's not for me.
Yeah, that's why it's got so much stuff, because like in a Dungeons and Dragons game, there's a lot of options. But like because it's turn-based, it makes the menu stuff easier to deal with because it doesn't feel like you're interrupting the flow of battle. Like the flow of battle doesn't exist.
Where you're you're like, God damn it, which one
was it? Yeah, no, you're sitting there and you're like sitting there and then like it's one of those games like where you do the menu and then like you like point at a guy and it tells you what percentage chance that you're going to hit that guy. Like it's like I like that. I'm okay with that stuff, you know.
I mean, that's why I like XCOM, but with XCOM it's literally just like you have two guns to choose from.
There's a lot. I have so much stuff. I'm really bad at those kinds of games in terms of I just collect stuff and then I don't know what I can get rid of anymore. I just haven't. I'm like, maybe I'll need this. But perhaps I will need this broken crossbow. Like, who knows? This could be important. Real OCD hoarders. Hoarders, that's a sketch. Hoarders, Dungeons and Dragons. Like the guy who's just like fucking going through the dungeon with 1,000 pounds on his back. Because we've all played that character in games, right? Like, where you're like, you're overburdened, you can't move anymore. Like, what the fuck? And then you drop like all right, I guess pot.
I have 230 pots. I can drop 10 of them, I guess. Fine. Yeah.
Oh, I know that experience all too well, man. I'm just afraid to get rid of anything, man. I'm afraid to get rid of anything.
Yeah, I get it. I definitely understand that.
All right. So you know what? Whatever. Fuck it. I'm interested in what Craig Mazin's going to do with Baldur's Gate 3.
Sure.
We're back in a new fantasy era. I don't know how that happened.
I think because of Game of Thrones, right?
But I thought that the fantasy game era post Game of Thrones ended. I thought.
But I think House of the Dragon helped kick it back off, right?
Is it big enough?
Oh, House of the Dragon. I think so. It's like, isn't it like HBO's most popular show of all time or something like that?
It's the shit out of me, man. I don't know. No idea.
It seems like every 3 weeks I'll read a thing where it's like, this is the highest rated, most viewed HBO premiere of all time. I'm like, I don't think that's true. Like I saw that with like 97 Kingdoms. And it was like 6 million people watched it. It was the most viewed thing on HBO of all time. I'm like, didn't like 20 million people watch?
Probably.
Even Max, it doesn't seem plausible to me.
I don't know. Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
But at the same time, maybe it is because they keep changing the name of HBO Max. So every time they reset the name, they can be like, this is the most ever.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms is actually amazing.
Yeah, it's a very good show.
It's really amazing. You watched the latest episode?
Episode 4? Yeah.
Yeah, at the end when the Game of Thrones kicks in, the theme kicks in at the end, like, man, that fucking like got me. That legitimately got me. And it's funny that it got me because they used it as a comedy beat in the first episode.
Yeah.
And then when they bring it back though in this latest episode, and you're like, fuck yeah. Yeah. It's so good. It's such a good show.
It's really, I like it a lot.
If you're listening to this and you have been like, I can't with the Game of Thrones stuff, I just don't, whatever.
It's very different.
It's very different. And I feel like I've never gotten into Game of Thrones. Like I've really watched it. I don't think you really have to. I think that you're okay.
No, it's a vastly different kind of show. It's funny, but it's got good character stuff and good like drama to it as well. Like it's not a straight up comedy, but it's got some funny bits, and it's not like Game of Thrones. It reached a point where there were so many characters. I was like, I don't know who's doing what, and I'm confused. And they would also like switch actors sometimes, and I'd be like, I guess that's somebody. I don't know.
Right.
I get confused, but this show so far, it's really just focused on 2 people. That makes it pretty. Like, there's obviously other characters, but it's not jumping around all over the place and to different areas. It's just, here's this guy. He's a knight.
Yeah. Kind of. It's got so much heart. It's got just so, like, it's because again, to Game of Thrones being a grimdark fantasy where it's like everybody's bad, everything goes terribly.
Yeah.
People are still bad and things still go terribly, but the main characters are just the sweetest, kindest, most wonderful people that like you feel a lot of love for because they're just so sweet. Dunk especially, and Egg too is just like a little sweetheart.
Yes.
A little bold sweetheart, this kid.
That kid is such an amazing actor, too.
It's crazy, isn't it, how good he is?
It is. I looked it up. He's 11 years old, that kid. Yeah. I don't understand how that's possible. I don't get it. But he was great. Or he's been great so far.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
Clayface has moved to October. So
you said yikes on the thing.
Yes.
Why? Because of the Jordan Peele movie?
It'll be opening up the same weekend that a Jordan Peele movie is slated for, but they have not started filming the Jordan Peele movie, apparently.
It's not happening, yeah. That Jordan Peele movie's not coming out. That's why they moved it there. And putting Clayface in October is great. Like, it's the week before Halloween. Like, it's...
I took a brief look at this. It's not great.
Why?
October's not a great month for horror movies, as it turns out. So, that's just how it works out.
Yeah, but I get why you want to put the horror-esque superhero. Maybe they're hoping like, well, it doesn't always do well with horror, but it's superhero horror. Maybe it's like a different vibe. I mean, I don't know. It feels reasonable to me. I don't know. It doesn't feel crazy. It's only a month too that they're moving.
Yeah, it's only a month. It's not like a massive delay or anything. Yeah, it's clearly just a scheduling thing.
Yeah,
and it's replacing something else that was on the schedule from Warner Brothers. So they're just, and then like I think
The Practical Magic
Practical
2
Magic
is
2
moved up.
moved up, and like yeah, so like they just moved some stuff around. I don't think it's a lack of confidence
Yeah, no,
maneuver.
it actually feels more confident to me, frankly. I mean,
You
it
think
really
so?
does. Like, I think that you're probably right that maybe historically Halloween time is not necessarily great for horror movies, which goes against what you would assume. I believe you when you say that, but I think that's probably their thinking, though. It's like we can break that. Like this will do well in this at this
Yeah.
time of year because it's not really probably horror, like, but it's like creepy or gross, kind of. So
Sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we got a bunch of new trailers came out. We got a new one for Supergirl that shows baby Crypto, little puppy Crypto, and he was all cute.
This
That was
looks a little
nice.
more colorful. The backgrounds remain as bland and gray as before, but there's a lot of popping color in the frames.
Yeah,
Which again, like I had a suspicion we might end up there that as the color correction went on, like when they're all aiming their guns at her, it's like unbelievable bright colors. Like
Yeah.
when she's got her costume on, it's really bright up against
very
everything else that's dark. And so you begin to sort of see what the color theory is there, that
Yeah.
you have these environments that are less colorful, but with bursts of the color in them that will make that stuff pop a lot bigger, is what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I thought that this was less dreary on the whole than previous ones.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. We also got a new Project Hail Mary trailer.
I do feel like that they have given the whole movie away at this point.
Yeah.
And Adam Scott's the alien.
Oh, is it Adam Scott?
Is it Adam Scott?
I thought it was Andy Samberg for some reason.
Was it Andy Samberg?
That's who I
It
thought it was. I
sounded
didn't
like
look it
Adam
up.
Scott to me. Well, I don't like either of them, frankly, for that role.
I did not look up who it was. So
We're going to look this up right now. Rocky actor. James Ortiz. Okay. That sounded like, okay, I guess that's James Ortiz then. Who's a puppeteer.
Well, is he the puppeteer or is he the
He's the
voice?
puppeteer and the voice, it says.
Really?
Although I got to tell you the truth, I'm looking at stuff here, and they may have put a celebrity voice in there. Since
I thought it was Andy Samberg.
I mean, well, I guess we'll find out. But it does feel like they gave the whole fucking movie away. So
Yes.
I heard it's quite long. This movie too.
Yeah, it's like almost 3 hours, isn't it? It's a little much. A little
2:30
much.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Could be good.
Oh, by the way, did you see that Junkie XL is going to be doing the soundtrack for Supergirl?
I did. Yeah.
The Snyderverse lives.
I guess so. Yeah. Or they're real angry at him because he's abandoned all hope. I don't know. Who knows? We also got a trailer for Michael, the Michael Jackson movie.
So I watched that trailer, and do you know what it really made me think of? It really felt to me like those AI trailers that people say, like the Hollywood's over, like we can make this, and it really felt like that, like legitimately felt like an AI trailer.
Yes. Yeah. It's a trailer. When I watched it, I was like, I would love to be able to watch this trailer with someone that knows nothing about Michael Jackson or very little about him. Is like, yeah, I know he's like a famous musician, right? And he was big. He was a king pop. I know that much. But just for like at the point where you're like 2 minutes into the trailer, and then he's just sitting there with a monkey reading a book, and then they'd be like, wait, what the fuck was that? Why is there just a shot of him with a monkey all of a sudden? What is going on?
Yeah. But I have understood that Michael didn't talk like that.
Yes. I've heard that
And
too.
that the movie does make it seem like he's always talking like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he probably is in the movie. But my understanding is that he had a deeper voice that
Yeah, and he put that on.
Yeah, and every now and
voice
again
that
it would
was
slip. You could hear it every now and again.
Yeah.
And I think
I mean, there's
probably
like
behind the scenes-
recordings of him talking
Yeah.
without it. Yeah.
Right. And so I think it's kind of interesting. But I will say that one thing is that this is going to get me canceled. But I'm going to say it anyway. which is that I kind of want to see Coleman Domingo beat up a bunch of little kids.
Oh, sure.
Because he's playing the abusive father, and I just kind of want to see Coleman Domingo like throw kids around like that. You know that statue that they always post online?
I was about to say, where it's the guy throwing like 5 kids. Yeah,
yeah. I kind of want that. I kind of want Coleman Domingo, Jermaine. So this movie should put to rest the question of whether or not Michael Jackson was a child molester, though.
I'm sure that's going to be covered in depth.
Yes, the movie that Michael Jackson estate is involved in. Yeah, we're really going to go there.
Are they splitting it into 2 movies?
I don't know. That's not what I heard.
I remember hearing that they were splitting it into 2 movies. It would be amazing if this movie ends with like showing like the parents of one of the kids who like accused him of molesting them, and it cuts them as like now like the post credit scene shows them as like wait until you see what we're gonna do to him. And it's like whoa, and they make them into like villains.
I mean, they would make them into villains. I mean, if they did put them in this movie, although I suspect that they just will not have it.
They just will not discuss it. Yeah.
I mean, they'll have some kind of legal troubles probably, but I can't imagine they're going to go all the way with it. But I guess we'll see.
Do you think they cast a Corey Feldman for it? Do you think we'll see a little Corey Feldman?
You know what? I got to say, I kind of would love that. Like,
yeah.
I kind of would love that.
Little Corey Feldman, little Home Alone kid, Macaulay Culkin. See them hanging out.
All right, what other trailers we got?
We got a new Disclosure Day trailer.
Very curious what angle Spielberg's going for with this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's very up to date on UFO stuff.
Yes.
And he is a true believer. Like, he believes in UFOs. Like, and he is, my understanding is that his pitch on this is that this is the truth. Like, I'm presenting to audiences the truth as I understand it. And maybe he has information that we don't have. But, like, I am kind of curious, is it going to be extraterrestrials? Is it going to be ultra-terrestrials? Is it going to be pan-dimensional? I'm kind of very curious about that element of it.
Yeah, who knows? Who can say?
The trailer, we get a little bit more action. It looks like we're just like kind of a car chase movie, which feels like refreshing.
I mean, we see the car getting crushed by the train and them jumping onto the train as it's getting hit. I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, but that's also old-fashioned.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I kind of like, we see other car chase stuff. We saw car chase stuff in the last trailer, too. And I'm like, is that going to be the extent of the action in this picture? It's going to be car chases. Like, and that's great. Like, if so, because, like, I think it's about time we got back to a world where, like, we don't have to do insane stunts all the time to make a movie gripping, Yeah. So.
I agree. I've come to the conclusion that the U.S. government doesn't know anything about aliens. That's my conclusion. I refuse to believe at this point that Donald Trump wouldn't have just tweeted it out.
So I agree with that. I think that if Donald Trump knew that they had aliens, he would have tweeted it out by now. But I don't think. I think they may not have told him.
Elon Musk would have.
But I don't think that these guys have that. The only thing that I believe potentially is that these guys don't have the information. That I they
don't have Q clearance.
I would believe. The one time I would believe in the deep state is around UFO stuff.
Yeah.
Like that I would believe. And that is part of the narrative of UFO believers is that way back when that like sort of this compartmentalized black budget group kind of split out of the US government and they just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And I kind of do believe that that's possible. Like that actually makes sense to me that the presidents just have no clue what's going on. They do not get read in.
Sure.
And because these people don't trust this information to people who get elected.
Yeah. Why would you?
He has thoughts on UFOs. He has thoughts on UFOs. So I'm curious, what the deals. I mean, I would not be surprised if, again, I think that probably 99% of the government doesn't know anything about it. Like, but I do think there might be 1% that knows stuff that we don't know and keeps it from us. So
maybe. I don't know. Who can say? We also got a Mandalorian and Grogu ad for the Super Bowl.
I loved it. My Star Wars friends were complaining about it in the group chat.
I did not like it.
It's a parody of the Budweiser ads.
Yeah. No, I got it.
That's so fun.
I don't think it was.
Why?
I think there's something to me very sad about Star Wars being like, let's do an ad that's nostalgic for a Budweiser ad from like 15 years ago. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad.
I just don't agree. I think it's really fun, and I think that it speaks to what needs to be done, which is awareness needs to be created. And I think that people until now maybe did not fully know there was a movie, did not really, you know what I mean? Like, I think that it's very amorphous for the general audience. And I think doing a fun thing like that, that's like cute and like silly, is I think really delightful. And I think that it's a good way of sort of announcing. It's essentially like if they shot an announcement trailer that was just the announcement trailer.
Yeah.
And I just think it was fun. I think, and also I like seeing Tauntauns. Like I was like a real sucker for the whole thing. Yeah. I thought it was very, and I thought the voiceover was great. Like it really hit the thing. It's a commercial. I don't need Star Wars to be taking itself super fucking seriously in a Super Bowl ad. Like do a fun Super Bowl ad. Like
no, I think have fun, but I think it's just real weird to do a commercial for your Star Wars movie that's nostalgic for a different commercial.
Yeah, but I don't know. The Budweiser Clydesdales are not just nostalgic. They have existed for decades in Super Bowl ads. It's not like a thing that only happened 30 years ago.
So of the Coca-Cola snowmen, but like, are you going to do those?
No, but I think that the Clydesdales lend themselves to this like very nicely. Like I think that with the Tauntauns and all that stuff, I think it lends itself to it really nicely in a really fun way. And I think that, again, I think if you just show a fucking teaser, it's just like, here's a thing blowing up, here's a guy jumping, here's whatever. This is
the smart thing, I will say, when we went and saw Send Help on Saturday, the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer played before it. Every time, and the theater was pretty full. I would say it was about maybe half full, right? Which is pretty good. It was a 3:30 showing, you know, a pretty solid amount of people in there. Every time in that trailer Grogu appeared, everybody in the theater giggled and laughed. Like not bad giggled, like, oh, it's Grogu. Like I think this movie's gonna make a lot of money.
I think that they need to get the awareness in the proper ways that it can make money. I think that's again what this is doing. I think that there's no way to stand out from the Super Bowl ads that the other movies do without going really different and like creating an ad that you're hoping can be a conversation piece on its own. And so that when the outlets write about it, it isn't like, here's another 45 seconds of explosions from the Mandalorian movie. It's like Star Wars did a parody of this. How crazy is that? And I don't know. I thought it was really charming. I thought it was super fucking charming. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm just going to say it. And anybody who doesn't like it can fucking get lost. When the Tauntaun leans down to like let Grogu pet it, like at the end, very end, I was like, oh, I melted. I love a Tauntaun. I want to see Grogu eat Tauntaun guts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that'll happen. What if it ended with Grogu using the Force to rip open a Tauntaun, and then the Mandalorian's like, I thought they smelled bad on the outside. There's just guts everywhere.
Everybody's like, I know that reference.
Yeah. And then it'd be like Sam Raimi's Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah. And then there was the Adventures of Cliff Booth trailer.
I thought it was clever too.
Yeah.
I like that they're like scratching out the cigarettes and stuff. I thought it was really clever.
Cigarettes and the nudity and
yeah. I like that. Like I like that it's telling you like this is R-rated. Yeah. And this is not appropriate for a Super Bowl. And like that montage of people saying fuck to the beat, I thought was really great. Like, and I'm going to say it, I don't usually like this, but fucking Fincher put a fake grain on it, and I thought it looked pretty good. And I don't know. I don't know what the movie's about. I don't know what's happening. I like the bit where it's like, didn't you help kill those psychos? And he's like, yeah, well, you know, that's the story. I never get in the way of a good story. And I don't know. Like I'm kind of psyched for it. Although I think it's
looking forward to it.
It's really interesting that Tarantino and Fincher, who are contemporaries mostly, that this sort of establishes that Tarantino's above Fincher in the pecking order.
I mean, he definitely is. I don't think there's any doubt.
I know, but like, it's Fincher acknowledging it, kind of. See, I would say that I think Fincher's a better filmmaker than Tarantino.
I don't think this is Fincher. Fincher is a better director. There's no argument that. I don't think. I don't think this is Fincher acknowledging that. I think my theory on this is that Tarantino told Pitt all about this back when this was going to be his next movie.
Uh-huh.
And Pitt was like, this is going to be great. And then Tarantino was like, I'm not going to do it. And then Pitt was like, what if I can get somebody to make it? And Tarantino was like, well, they got to be somebody really good. And he's like, I'm going to call in a favor from Fincher.
I mean,
I think that's what this is Pitt put this together. And Fincher has a deal with Netflix, so this goes towards his deal with Netflix and like all that kind of stuff.
It could be, and I know that Fincher was interested in doing a Star Wars, so maybe Fincher like wants to play in that franchise world, and this is like a less gross way to do it. But it is weird to see a Red Apple cigarettes billboard in a Fincher movie. Do you know what I mean? Like that was really that's such a Tarantino universe thing. Yeah. And so, it's like it's like if
this is going to be the first time since Dusk Till Dawn that somebody's directed a Tarantino script that's not Tarantino, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty wild.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what Fincher does with it because I imagine it's going to have that Fincher feel to it, but still have that Tarantino taste to it as well, right?
I don't know. What's really interesting is that it looked a little Shane Blacky to me.
See, I thought it looked the office setting bits. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like Zodiac. It has that Zodiac look to it, which is roughly the same time period.
I guess. I think that the thing is that I don't think of Fincher as funny.
I do.
Really?
I think he can be funny. I think he's not.
I'm not saying he can't be funny, but I don't think of him
funny.
as
But like, I think Fight Club's got a lot of funny bits in it. I think Zodiac has a lot of funny bits in it.
No, I agree. Those movies have funny bits, but I don't usually think of him being funny. Like that's the thing. When I think of Fincher, my first thing that jumps to mind is not like, oh, that guy's really funny. And that's a trailer that leans on comedy too. That's a trailer that might be.
Yeah, and that might be part of why he did this as well, was to be like, hey, I can do more than what you guys think, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Or it could be also the paycheck or the opportunity to shoot in L.A. I mean, a lot of reasons to do it. But I'm excited. You know, I mean, it's very easy to be like, oh, cynical about it. But fuck it. Like, I like Brad Pitt. I like that character. I'm excited that Tarantino wrote the script. Like, I'm all for it. So I'm definitely just all for it.
How do you think it goes? Like, Tarantino writes the script. He's like, I don't want to do this. Fincher gets it. Does Fincher get to be like, hey, I want to change some stuff?
I do wonder how that works. That's a good question for the junket. I mean, if somebody wants to do that question. I'm going to try to let this cat out of the room because he is scratching at the door right now. So hold on one second.
Look out, everybody. Here he goes. He's going to the door. He's opening it. He's closing it. I'm guessing Gus walked out. He's coming back. Right.
This cat has been taken care of.
There you go.
He got out. He got out.
Set him on fire.
He wanted to get in, and then he didn't want to be in anymore. Set him on fire?
Yes.
Wow, that's a pretty harsh way to talk about my cat.
It's a joke from the TV show The League, where Jason Mantzoukas plays a character named Raffi, and there's an episode with him and Seth Rogen. And Seth Rogen says, I'll go inside and get us a room for this hotel. You take care of the car. And as Seth Rogen's getting in the hotel room, you can see him and the Raffi in the background setting the car on fire. And then Seth Rogen comes out and says, what'd you do? Why'd you set the car on fire? He's like, well, you told me to take care of it. When somebody tells me to take care of it, that always means to set it on fire. And he's like, wait a minute. When I asked you to take care of my mom's cat, what'd you do? And he goes, I set him on fire. Yeah. I'm a fan of that show. I'm a big fan of The League.
Oh, boy. That's it for trailers? That's all we had?
That's all I got for trailers. Yeah. I don't know if anything else came out while we were...
Yeah, we did start recording in the second half, so it's possible that there's other trailers that have popped up. But you know what? We're just going to have to not talk about them unless we end up deciding that one was so big. But I don't think we're getting any other big superhero things. Or
there's no
Marvels.
Doomsday. There's no...
I didn't expect Doomsday. I'm a little surprised there's no Spider-Man.
Yeah, no Spider-Man.
I'm a little surprised by it. Doomsday I didn't expect. They did the 4 trailers, and that movie's coming out in a year. So that's what
I honestly thought they were going to do Doomsday. I thought that my initial thought was with the 4 trailers, like it would lead up to a final trailer that shows Doctor Doom.
No, my suspicion is that they recognize that they can leave it a little bit now. Like they don't have to like.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, those trailers got like 1 billion views combined. So.
Yeah, like I think they're like let's not hit this too many times between now and the release. Like let's give it a few months. Let's let a few months pass. I would not be surprised if we don't see much else from it until Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that would be my guess. So
no Vision Quest.
Vision Quest can be in the fall. No, we're not going to see a commercial for a TV show on the Super Bowl.
No, that's true.
Too expensive, way too expensive. But the big rumor is that Trammell Tillman in Spider-Man is playing the head of the Anti-Mutant League or whatever.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. We'll see. That would lend a lot of credence to the idea that Sadie Sink is playing a mutant, potentially Jean Grey herself. How would you feel about Jean Grey being introduced in a Spider-Man movie?
I would not be a fan of it. I mean, I'd have to see how it's done. Off like the sound of it, I would not be a fan of. I would like. I'm really ready for a Spider-Man movie that's about Spider-Man, and not him dealing with other people's stuff.
I guess. I mean, the reason why I don't mind him dealing with other people's stuff is because one of the great Spider-Man comics is Marvel Team Up.
Sure.
And that's always been a piece of his
and that's
thing.
what this series has been so far.
It's been a big Marvel team up.
Thing.
Yeah, I like Marvel Team Up. Like I really like that premise that every issue he just meets a different person. Like I really like that a lot.
But it's funny that like the third movie was like, well, we'll have to bring in Spider-Man villains from other movies because we never bothered to set them up in these movies.
But they did two other. I mean, it's not like they didn't do villains. They did villains in the first two movies. They just didn't do the Sinister Six. And so that's the thing. I mean, they wanted to do Sinister Six, and they just didn't set up the Sinister Six in the previous two. But they set up like the Vulture. They did a great Vulture.
They did a great Vulture, yeah.
They did a really good Mysterio, yeah. So I think that's the thing. Is like I don't think that they dropped the ball on villains.
I like all three movies. Don't get me wrong.
It was when they wanted to kind of hit those like familiar villains thing.
Yeah,
I think that they were like, we have these characters laying around. We can play with that, and it's going to be. And I think they also were correct though. Like I think people like. I think that was the right direction for that movie, frankly.
Oh no, 100% was, and I also think my theory on that movie is. They weren't sure they were going to make another one. And I think Marvel was like, okay, if we're going to lose Spider-Man after this, let's go all out Spider-Man. Yeah. Let's make this like a celebration of Spider-Man in cinema. Yeah. And so we'll get all the other Spider-Mans and there you go.
Yeah, no, it really, I mean, I think that movie, like fundamentally is like a great theater experience. I will never forget being in that theater and people fucking losing their shit when Tobey Maguire showed up. Like, losing their shit. It was crazy. Yeah. And I just
it's a movie with a lot of heart.
Yeah. It's a good movie is the thing at the end of the day. Like, it's not just a bunch of fucking cameos.
I mean, I cried.
It's a good movie.
I cried watching them. When Aunt May died, I cried.
Yeah, well, you're a big fucking wussy. That's why.
But you just talked about how you cry at commercials, motherfucker.
I've never cried in my whole life. Never once.
I don't drink water, so I can never cry. I'm not crying. My eyes are just sweaty today.
All right. Is that it for news?
Yeah, I didn't see anything else. Again, I don't know if anything's popped up since we've been recording.
Yeah, might have, but whatever. We're just not going to get to it, I guess, is the deal. That's how that's going to work. All right, what else we got for letters? We got letters. We got letters. I forgot to look at the letters, so I'm totally behind. Well, I was watching all the trailers, you know?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it takes all day to watch those trailers.
No, I was out all day.
You know.
I went to the cat rescue.
Yeah.
And I pet cats at the cat rescue.
Yeah.
So what do you think was a better use of my time? Reading the letters or going to the cat rescue and petting cats?
Doing your job or going to the cat rescue?
My job is to be there for the cats.
Your job is to validate the feelings of the listeners, you said.
No, and the feeling is that cats deserve to be petted.
Okay. Formerly known as .D says, does Jay Kelly include any shots of The American? If not, why not? Have the brothers watched it recently? It's the movie that half-wits think Fincher's The Killer and reference Drive is. It does not deserve to be lost to time. I
really like The Killer, so I feel like maybe I'm a half-wit
in
this scenario.
I don't like Drive. I will say I'm not a big fan of Drive. I mean,
Drive's fine. I don't like. The problem with Drive is that like the fandom around it.
Drive hit the Radiohead problem, as I call it.
Yeah, it's all the most annoying people got really into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, like, I think that The Killer is great, and I think that The Killer, talking about the idea that I think Fincher, I don't think of him as being funny. I think The Killer is really funny.
Yes.
And I think that's like a thing that people maybe don't pick up on always. They expect they think it's more serious than it is, but like it's actually quite it's almost slapstick at points.
Yes.
I have not seen The American since it came out. I could not tell you if there's a shot from The American in.
I think there is.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like in that movie.
The thing is that one of the problems is that it's hard to tell you what movie a George Clooney movie is sometimes. Like, it's just George Clooney in a thing. Like, the one that was easiest to pick out in that whole thing was Syriana because he's fat. Like, that's like he's fat in a beard. Like, that one, you're like, oh yeah, that's Syriana. But, like, you know, it's challenging. There's, like, a bunch of shots of him, like, running around in a suit. So, like, it seems plausible that The American
I'm looking at pictures of him in The American, and it's like, maybe, but also it might have been that movie made early in his career for DreamWorks, where it's like the disaster,
the nuclear
movie.
The nuclear. I forget the name of it now. But
I know.
I don't know. I mean, I
know they show Up and Away or whatever that movie's called.
Yes, because he's walking through an airport. But that's the only reason why I know it's that, because he's walking through an airport. You know, and I think they show.
They do not show Batman, which I think is a huge mistake.
I do think it's actually a mistake. I do think that it's actually kind of, that would be funny if Jay Kelly was Batman in this universe. Yeah.
Even if they just showed him as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So that like inside we're like, haha, we all know he played Batman. That's
right.
Funny.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, I should kind of go back and watch The American, because the thing about George Clooney is that I think the reality is a lot of his movies aren't that good. Like, they're not bad, but it's like really challenging. There's a couple that are like fucking absolute all-timers.
There are a couple of great ones, yeah.
Like absolute all-timers. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying Oh Brother isn't one of the all-timers. No. But there's a bunch of George Clooney movies that I'm like, I'm not really 100% convinced I need to watch that movie ever again. Like, I watched it and that was enough. And I think that's kind of interesting for a guy with that level of fame. You know? Like
Perfect Storm.
I never need to watch that again. I can't imagine a scenario where I need to watch
Michael Clayton.
I mean, I have to actually watch that again because everybody loves that much more than I do. And so I need to give that another shot.
Tomorrowland.
Garbage, yeah.
Descendants was good, but
again, that's a movie like if I never see Descendants again, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like
Out of Sight's amazing. Out of Sight's an amazing
like the
movie.
Descendants, like George Clooney's sad in Hawaii. Like that's like that. Okay, I get it. Yeah, Out of Sight's great. Like Out of Sight's great. There's a couple of fucking absolute all timers, you know?
What if The Descendants is the reason that Tarantino does not like Matthew Lillard because he thinks it's a true story and that Matthew Lillard fucked George Clooney's wife. And that's where it all comes from.
That would actually be fucking amazing. That would actually be incredible. That would be the most amazing thing. Yeah. What I got to do is I got to watch George Clooney movies like Grizzly 2. He's in Grizzly 2. Yes. That's his first movie. He's a return to horror high. The Peacemaker is the name of that film that he did with the nuclear bomb. Yeah. One Fine Day. Three Kings I like a lot. I like Three Kings a lot.
Three Kings does have one of the worst. This is an army movie, so we have to fit it in. Army movie line. Where it's towards the beginning and Clooney's sitting there and the general's like, I need you to go do this. And he just turns to the general and goes, what are we even doing here? What is the purpose of all this? And then that never comes up again. And it's like, you just felt you had to throw that in real quick because it's a movie about an unjust war.
Let's see what else we got here. We got Ocean's 11. Obviously, that's great. Oh, Brother, that's obviously great. Solaris, not a good movie. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. He directed that, right?
Yeah, I don't believe he appears in that. He's just
no, he's in it. But he's like,
that's right. He's like the handler, right?
Yeah. Intolerable Cruelty, not a good movie. I'm sorry, gotta say. Good Night and Good Luck is great. Syriana is good. The Good German is not great. It's good. Like The Good German's fine, but I never need to watch The Good German again. Michael Clayton, Leatherheads. I don't know anybody actually saw that movie.
I saw that movie in the theater.
Really?
Yeah. It is not good. And that's where I'll leave it.
Burn After Reading, a masterpiece.
Yes.
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Not good.
Not good, and I wish it was because I love the book. Up in the Air. I don't like Up in the Air. I don't like it.
I don't understand why it got so much praise. I think it's fine, but I'm not like huge on it.
Yeah. The American, which we're talking about. The Ides of March, quite bad. quite bad.
I don't think I
movie.
saw that one.
Yeah, it's quite terrible.
Oh, I did.
With Ryan Gosling.
I have a connection to that movie.
No kidding.
Yeah, scientifically proven. The video game company that I moved to Michigan to be part of. Where we were located was inside this place called oh god, what was the name of the studios? I can't remember the name of the studios.
This is a good story already. Okay.
But they filmed like it used to be like a movie studio thing. Like they have a big sound stage and whatnot. They did a lot of commercials, car commercials there and stuff. And Ides of March filmed here in Michigan, and their headquarters were there. So like we would see them all around for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They were hanging out there, and the important bus in the movie was there and stuff. It was neat. We never saw George Clooney or anybody that's in it though.
Gravity, that doesn't really count because he's
in it for like 5 minutes.
He gets Janet Leigh. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. He gets killed off at the beginning, and that's like the big shocker. Monuments Men should be a great movie, not a good movie.
It's not.
But like what a great premise, like, and what a cast. Like it's like wild that it's not great. Tomorrowland, garbage. Hail Caesar, I love. No, he didn't direct it, but he's in it.
No, Monuments Men he directed.
Oh, did he direct Monuments Men? I think I meant Tomorrowland. Sorry.
No, Tomorrowland is what's his face?
Andrew Stanton. Hail Caesar's great. Money Monster, not good.
No, it's Brad
Not
Bird.
good. Brad Bird, whatever. Who cares? Money Monster, not good. Midnight Sky, did not know it existed until this minute. He directed it and is the star of it. Ticket to Paradise, also did not see that one. Now we're hitting like the big I did not see these.
Well, now we're hitting his Nespresso face, where he does like 20 Nespresso short films apparently.
And then Wolves, which is a movie that I'm still not convinced that it's real.
I liked it. I like that movie.
It's real. It's a real movie.
Yeah, it's him, Brad Pitt. They're assassins. They're chasing down this kid.
I know what it is, but I just one of those things where I'm like, did this really happen? Like that's like
I enjoyed that movie. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great film. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoyed it. But mainly for like one sequence where they're chasing the kid, and the whole time the kid that they're chasing is just going as they're chasing him for some reason, and it made me laugh consistently.
He's also Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is a great movie, just a great movie. But like I think when you go through this thing, there's like a lot of good movies, and there's like a bunch of movies that you never need to see again, and there's a couple of absolute standouts. But the absolute standouts are kind of in the past, mostly. Like the absolute, like this is an all-timer movie, is kind of in the past.
I mean, I like Jake Kelly. I'll never watch it again, but I did like Jake Kelly.
I can't imagine sitting through Jake Kelly again.
No,
just can't.
I'll never watch The Flash again.
No, nobody's gonna watch The Flash. That movie don't.
I've never heard of Midnight Sky.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Oh well. All right.
Money Monster was not good.
Money Monster's really not good. All right.
Hopefully you'll do one more with the Coens, because I did not like Hail Caesar. So, or it's not Hail Caesar's not their best. It's weaker.
I like it, but yeah, it's not one of their top. Yeah. It's good though. I like it quite a bit.
All right.
What's our next letter? We're taking too long here.
Christian says, "Dear Dave, we've had movie studios owned by oil companies, tech firms, soda manufacturers, and even magazines in the past. So is there any reason that the only companies bidding on Warner Brothers this time around are other entertainment companies? Did studios become a bad investment or something?" I would say, first off,
who's Dave?
It's a joke from way back when somebody used something you said in an article and they called you Dave Faraci. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah.
Like, wait, who's Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Christian, very funny. Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure that's what it's in reference to. But I want to start off answering this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not other entertainment companies that are bidding on Warner Brothers.
Really?
Netflix is primarily an algorithm company, I would say.
It's an entertainment company.
I guess, kind of.
They don't sell the algorithm.
No, but the algorithm is what sells you.
It doesn't make a difference. The point is, though, is that the algorithm company sells algorithms.
Fine. And Paramount Skydance is owned by fucking what's it called? By Nvidia or whatever.
Oracle.
Like all that stuff. Oracle. So that's where that's all coming from.
Yeah, but those are entertainment companies, though. That's the thing. It's like
Oracle?
No, but like every company, just because Paramount was owned by Gulf doesn't mean it was a gas company, an oil company.
No, but Paramount itself is not where the money for Warner Brothers would come from. It's coming from
I think it's coming from Paramount Skydance. I think
it's definitely not, because they don't have the money.
I don't know that that's 100% the case. I honestly,
no, the Ellison had to say, like, no, I will back this up with my own cash.
Well, his own cash. That's not Oracle, though. That's not Oracle. That's his own cash. They're buying it as a family for political reasons. I think that the reason why is because we're in an era of consolidation. That's why. So I think that everybody's squeezing together. That's why Disney bought Fox. It's just consolidation. And I think with hindsight, I'm not really understanding why Disney bought Fox at this point. Like, I kind of don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I've given it a few years at this point, and I don't understand it.
I mean, they're not doing much with it.
I mean, they're just releasing Fox stuff. I mean, like, they're not doing stuff with it, but, like, also at the same time, I just don't see what the play is in the long term. You know, like, I gave it a few years before I was sort of feeling that way. But
Fox was primarily, wasn't it mainly for like like everyone's like, oh, they want Star Wars, they want the Marvel stuff, and that's definitely part of it. But wasn't it something to do with ESPN or something like that?
No, they already own ESPN.
For some reason I thought there was some sports connection.
It was Fox Sports, but Fox Sports is part of the TV package. That's not part of it. Yeah, so I don't fully understand at this point what the Fox play was about. I mean, like, was it really worth it that much to get the X-Men back? I guess maybe. I guess we'll see. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Star Wars definitely. Oh no, well, they bought Star Wars separately. So.
They bought Star Wars separately. They already own Star Wars. They just didn't own Star Wars.
They didn't own.
One.
Yeah.
So I think it's a consolidation era, and that's why we're seeing that happening. Because also the thing is, like, I mean, I think it's a consolidation era. So
what if Disney bought Fox because they were like, we have to have Alien Nation, and they just have not figured out what to do with it?
Well, they're waiting for the right moment to change the culture forever with a new Alien Nation universe. Yeah.
I'd be for that.
All the kids are going to drink sour milk.
Sure. They ate Tide Pods. Why not? And then Adam says, greetings. I recently began a rewatch of Twin Peaks. As of this writing, I'm nearing the end of the original series and will go on to watch Fire Walk with Me and The Return. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the series, if any, and the work of David Lynch overall. I've never made it through the first season, and I'm just not a Twin Peaks guy. I'm not a David Lynch guy.
Very succinct. Very succinct. I've not seen The Return. I didn't have Showtime when it came out, and then
Now
sometimes, well, nobody does, but sometimes, like, when something becomes such a big deal that I feel like I've already experienced it, and then when I finally do have access to it, I kind of just don't get around to it because I feel like I missed the moment. Like, I felt like it was such a big deal that I feel like I already missed the moment. I know I'm going to go back and watch it at some point, but I just never got around to it. I also harbor a lot of resentment for people that put that as one of their best movies of the year. And
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I'm going to kick you right in the face. Like, give me a break.
Where so many people are like, best movie of the year is The Return. And I was like, it's not a movie. It's a TV show. And stop it. Like, just let it be what it is.
I think that I was pretty clear on my David Lynch gatekeeping. Was it The Bad Batch, or did we do that on Across the Omniverse?
I can't remember.
But
I might have been Watchmen that we spent 4 hours talking about David Lynch. I don't know.
I do have a real David Lynch gatekeeping thing, which is I think that a lot of people talk about how much they love David Lynch, and what they're talking about is Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And maybe Blue Velvet, but I'm not even convinced that they even watched Blue Velvet. I'm not even convinced of that. And so I have sort of like a real
Mulholland Drive. People love Mulholland Drive.
People do like Mulholland Drive, which is really interesting to me. So I do think it's not one of his more, I guess it is. I guess it's pretty accessible for most of it. It's sort of at the end that it really becomes really obscure and challenging, I guess.
Yeah.
But and I love Mulholland Drive. Like I absolutely do like Mulholland Drive a lot. But I like David Lynch. And I like Mulholland Drive a lot. The only David Lynch movie I really don't like, there's two of them. I don't like Inland Empire, and I don't like Dune. And I will not allow the fucking Dune reclamation that people keep trying to do. And even David Lynch hated Dune. Like, it's like you don't have to make him feel better. Like, he didn't like it. Like, let it go.
Also, he's dead, so he's not going to know.
He also is dead. But, like, his Dune is bad. He was a bad choice for Dune. It just does not work. No piece of it is good. And I don't think it's even well cast a lot of the time. And I just don't like his Dune. And Inland Empire, I like actually kind of hate. to be very honest with you, because feels like his most indulgent movie in a way that I find really aggravating in this particular case, especially because the movie is 100,000 years long. It's 3 hours long. It's a really insanely long movie, and but like, I think Lost Highway is fucking amazing. Wild at Heart's amazing. Blue Velvet's amazing. Straight Story's great. Like, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, I'm like half and half on. I like it, but I recently just watched it in the theaters, and I like it, but there's a sense to me that Fire Walk with Me feels a little impenetrable to me sometimes, and I feel like at a distance from it a lot. I don't usually feel at a distance from Lynch movies. I feel like at a distance from Inland Empire. So, but yeah, that's my take. Maybe this will kick my ass to watch The Return. I mean, I do want to see Michael Cera dressed up as a Marlon Brando Rebel Without a Cause biker. Like, I've seen the pictures, and I'm like, I kind of want to see this, like what he's doing here.
See how he plays it.
Yeah, I really want to see this. Yeah, yeah. So
there you go. That's our thoughts on David Lynch.
That's our thoughts on it. If people have questions they want answered on this program, where can they send them?
We can send them to ask.cinema.sanga@gmail.com. In the subject line, put what show you want it for, Bad Batch or Omniverse. And then one question per email, please. Thank you.
All right, you ready to talk about the next 4 episodes, the final 4 episodes of Wonder Man?
Sure.
Before we do that, I want to tell the folks at home, in case they're going to stop listening here, what we're doing next week and for the next 5 weeks, actually. We are going to be indulging our Gen X nostalgia yet again. However, I think this time it feels like very timely. And we are going to be watching the original miniseries V, and then the sequel miniseries V: The Final Battle. Those are available on streaming sites right now, and they're available on Blu-ray if you're really feeling nasty about it. And before you roll your eyes at doing V, especially if you're not a Gen Xer who's like doesn't get it, it is a miniseries that is frighteningly current, like truly frighteningly current. And so I think this is going to be a really interesting to revisit it. And I think a lot of people haven't been revisiting it in this era when it really does feel like it's of the moment. What are you looking up right now? I can see you looking.
I'm checking to see. Yeah, you can get it right now on Fandango at home for $20. You can get all 5 episodes.
Can you stream it for free someplace?
I don't know if you can stream it for free someplace, but and 5 episodes. Each episode is 2 hours, so it's 10 hours, $20. It's very hard to look up V because it's just V.
You say V miniseries. You can rent it on Amazon for $5. It's on Plex for free, apparently. Fandango at home, you can rent it for $5. I mean, I don't know.
It's on Tubi, Roku, and Plex. It says here on Just Watch.
Yeah. So I think I do think that it's actually really worth revisiting. It's the movie that's really old. It is 43 years old.
Jesus.
How's that feel for you, buddy?
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurts a lot. Oh, God. I remember watching it, like when it was on.
I remember going to school and talking about it. Yeah,
I remember going to school and putting like green marker on my hand and be like, I'm a V. Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing. And I encourage you to give it a shot if this is outside of your previous experience, because it is really about exactly what's happening right now, to a deeply.
Also, it's a good, well done series.
Well, I mean, we believe that, but we are very nostalgic. But it's challenging for us to be sure that we can say that.
I disagree, because I think we're both very good at knowing when we like something because we liked it when we were kids, and liking something because it's a well done story. I'm not saying it's like a masterpiece, but it is a well done story. It is a good, exciting. Like I rewatched it like a year ago, and it was like, man, this really is very, it moves well. The characters are interesting. You never quite know where anyone's going to go at any given time. The storylines all line up really well. V: The Final Battle, not as good.
Well, don't say that before we do it. Come on.
It's still good.
That's going to be 3 weeks of this program.
Yeah, but V, the final battle is worth it for the baby. But although that's at the end of well, whatever. But the first miniseries is fantastic. The second miniseries is really good. And then the TV show was terrible, like the '80s TV show. I never watched the new TV show.
So that's what we're going to be doing on the show. We're going to be doing V, and that's going to lead us up until what's our next show that we're
Daredevil.
Daredevil, that's right. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So that's going to be our schedule for the next few months. We're looking at V moving into Daredevil. And it's a really interesting view, too, from 43 years later, because it is a kind of epic miniseries that they don't do a lot. They actually don't do it all anymore, where it has a lot of Shogun. Not
although
quite.
Now they're making like more of them. So.
But Shogun not quite, because Shogun V is not in that same mold, because V is in more of the mold of Winds of War and stuff like that, where there's multiple storylines that all take place. Like it's a sprawling epic.
That's true.
And
that's true.
Shogun not quite that. It has characters that go off,
elements, but it's mainly.
But V, like a lot of these characters don't meet until fairly late in the story. Like that's
until like V the final battle.
Yeah. So I mean that's the thing. It's these disparate strands that tell a larger story. So anyway, and we'll be talking about that. And I'm very excited. I'm really hoping that you guys at home enjoy it. All right, you ready to talk about these final 4 episodes of Wonderman?
Yep.
Let's do it. Wonder Man, Season 1, Episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Found footage, callback, Kathy Friedman, and Yucca Valley. All right, so we have ended our bottle episode about Doorman, our little side journey. And the next episode we
call it a bottle episode.
It's not really a bottle episode, it's a side episode. So we open with Simon and Trevor. They're at the bar. They're at the Powerhouse, by the way, which is one of my favorite bars in LA, in Hollywood. Not anymore. They have new owners, and also I don't drink. So that's like another that's another thing that really kind of like makes it challenging for me, is that I don't drink anymore. So my experience at bars is a little bit different. But when I drank, I fucking loved the Powerhouse. It is such a great bar. And one of the things I like about this episode is they get the geography correct. Like when they leave the Powerhouse and then go out the side, and then like it's all correct. Like there's a little bit of cheating when they're chasing the guy on the scooter. There's a little bit of cheating, but it's pretty reasonable. It's not crazy cheating. It's like they skip over a couple of blocks. And the show kind of does do a skip in terms of like from when they run to. Anyway, so they were celebrating because they got callbacks for Wonder Man. And Simon is like freaking out, and he's like, I should not be here. I should be like resting. I should be getting my character ready. I should be doing all this stuff. And Trevor's like, relax, man. You're out of your fucking mind. And he teaches them this breathing technique. And it's very nice, a box breathing technique that seems like it's probably real.
Yeah, five in, 5 out. Yeah.
But the way that he does it, like with like the box out, 5 in, 5, it really feels like it's probably real. It probably is a thing. I've never encountered it, but I was like, I should pay attention to this. I probably could use this because
I never saw it with the square. I never saw it like that. But
it's kind of interesting with the square, right? Like as a way I like to visualize it, because I think that's really cool. But while they're there, he gets a phone call from Cleary from Damage Control, and
which he says is a friend of his from when he lived in a pocket dimension. Which I greatly enjoy.
I really like that.
I like that line a lot.
It's really funny. Because he did live in a pocket dimension.
Not only do I like that line, he lived in a pocket dimension. Not only do I like that line, because it's a nice callback and it's a funny line, I like that Simon has no, like, emotion towards it. Because it's a world where that happens.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. That's the thing that happens. Cleary goes and talks to Heyerdahl and is like, hey, we're moving forward with this, even though he can't get Trevor on the phone. At the bar, a guy sends them drinks. And it turns out this guy used to be a drug dealer who Trevor owes a lot of money to.
Or might still be, from the looks of it.
Oh, he definitely is. He definitely is. And so
are you doing a Mitch Hedberg joke right there? Is that what it was?
Oh, you still? No, I'm not. But yes,
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Yeah.
So they go out into this alley, and he starts like beating up Trevor. And Simon gets involved, and he uses his powers, and he throws these guys around, like puts them through walls and shit like that. And this fight happens. I like the whole bit though, where like the guy wants his money from Trevor. I like that they like didn't like leave that Trevor has this shit nipping at his heels. And in fact, this whole series, I think that Trevor's past is on his heels the whole series. I think like it's not left out. You know what I mean?
No, very much so. I think I said it last week, and I'll say it again this week. This show, clearly, Trevor is the thing that they were interested in telling a story about, and Simon is just there. And that's one of my biggest problems with the show.
So he beats up these guys, and it turns out there's a guy who has like a GoPro in his helmet, and he's been filming the whole thing. And they're like, "Hey, you probably saw something real weird, but like it wasn't what you think it was." And the guy takes off, so they have to chase him. And I really like this bit where they're chasing him because like Trevor's like, "Are we gonna chase him with your super speed?" And Simon's like, "No, we're gonna do it in my car." And it's like, "Are you using super speed to get to the car?" And then we smash cut to the car trapped in traffic. I really like that. Like, it's not realistic they would run into this guy again, but whatever. I think that's fine. I don't really care.
No, it is realistic.
You think so?
I think. Yeah, because as we see, he wants them to
Oh
fight.
yeah, he's leading them on. That's right, because he's going to blackmail
Yeah, first
them.
when he first goes past them when
That's
they're
right.
sitting in traffic, I was like, "What?" Like, but then it's revealed like, no, he wanted them
Yeah.
to come to this place. So
They go
I
to a
had no problem
bar.
with that.
They go to a bar that I think is based on Good Time at Davy Wayne's. Good Time at Davy Wayne's is a bar that you would go into through a refrigerator. It was like a speakeasy. It was like a hidden one.
Yeah.
And the inside was all done like a 70s basement. Pretty good bar too. I really enjoyed Davy Wayne's. A little hip for my tastes. But the kid's there, and he's like, he wants them to pay money to get the footage back, and he tells them that the GoPro is going to automatically upload the footage in the morning. And they're like, "Can it do that?" And Trevor's like, "Can it do it?" Simon's like, "I have no fucking idea." I really like that they have no clue if this is plausible or not, because like neither one of these guys have the slightest idea what's going on. And it would be so easy to have Simon know something about tech, but I love that he doesn't know shit about tech. It's just not what he's interested in. Like he's an acting guy. Like if this was about like
I like that Trevor says, "You're the tech guy. You have all the apps on your phone," and he's like, "That's not what that is."
So
that
funny.
made me laugh.
So funny. So he's like, what he wants them to do a favor for him, and what he wants them to do is that his old friend and partner in something has stolen his motorcycle, and he wants them to rough him up to get the motorcycle back. So they're fine, let's go. And Trevor's like, "This is terrible. We can't trust this guy. He's blackmailing us." And Simon, such a dope, is like, "Fine, we'll do it." And so they drive out to East LA, and they go to the house of this guy, Esteban. And I really like when they go up to the house, and Simon's like, "I'll handle this. I've watched a lot of Law and Order." And
No, he says he did an episode.
he did episode Law and Order. That's right.
This is actually this episode really, watching it again, put into context my problems with the show.
Yeah.
And this is one of my problems with the show. Is they put in Law and Order as a quick joke to be like, because he's like, "Oh, we'll do this, blah blah blah. We'll say we're undercover cops and we're here to talk to a CI and blah blah blah." And Trevor's like, "Oh, you know all the lingo." He's like, "Oh, I did an episode of Law and Order season 24. Law and Order filmed in New York. He's an LA actor. He would not be on Law and Order. Why not just say The Rookie, which they've already said he was on?"
I would guess that his rookie, because I think Law and Order's funnier. I don't doubt that he would have done a Law and Order. I don't think that's. I mean, I know Law and Order does normally take New York actors, but I can see Simon Williams paying his own way to New York to be in Law and Order. I can totally see him taking that gig and like doing that. Like 100%. Like
I do not.
He's such a dork that I could see it. Or he also might have like done like a year in New York trying to do stage. We don't know. They didn't. That's not. We can't rule that out, right?
I mean, I think there's nothing to tell us that that's there.
I know, but it's not like the people that made the show don't know where Law and Order shoots.
I know they know where it is, but they were like, "Oh, it's funnier to say Law and Order."
I mean, it is funnier to say Law and Order.
Yeah, but it's just, to me, it breaks the immersion because it doesn't fit.
I guess.
It's
a joke. They go to the door and he starts doing his cop bit, and the woman who answers the door, what?
You just got super loud.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Bad loud?
Weird. For a moment, yeah, it was very loud.
Oh, and am I loud still?
You're louder than you were before, but not as bad.
I haven't touched anything. The woman that answers the door immediately recognizes the Mandarin.
Yes.
Which again, like, it's one of those things when people talked about the show before it came out, they're like, oh, but like, he's just running around, like, nobody cares. Like, no, everybody cares.
No, that
everybody
was definitely
cares.
one thing. Yeah, that was definitely one thing I thought. Yeah.
like everybody they run into is like, hey, aren't you the Mandarin? Aren't you a terrorist? Yeah. And they go inside, and the kids inside are packing something into bags. And so Trevor and Simon assume it's drugs immediately. And I really like this a lot. I love this bit a ton because they assume it's drugs. And, like, it does make sense, like, visually that it's drugs.
Yeah. But, I mean, this might be the most LA joke in the series, right?
Oh, I would say so, yeah.
It's the Mexican candy?
Yeah, I would say that it's 100%, like, super the
LA. Most insider LA joke, I think.
Yeah, because I would say even, like, the fruit cups and shit that they sell here in LA, you can probably get those in other cities. But, like, the Mexican candy shit, like, that feels really, like, local. That feels like
where it's like,
local.
Here's gummy bears covered in, like... hot pepper and stuff.
Chamoy is sort of the sauce, and they put them on gummy bears. And I do like when they realize that actually they're making candy, and the kid's like, "You should try a peach ring." Like, and Simon's like, "No, I don't have time for a peach ring." And Trevor tries a peach ring, and he's like, "Oh, you should try a peach ring. You would understand." And
he tries a peach ring, and I wrote this down because I'm not a fan of the show. But for nothing else, that in a Marvel show you have the line, I feel like Stevie Nicks having Coke blowing up her bunghole. Like that's in a Marvel show is amazing to me.
So good, like that is so fucking funny.
I was like, all right, you know what? This show, I'm not a big fan of this show. I don't think the show works. That is a great line. That is 100% just an amazingly funny line, and that it's in the Marvel universe.
It's so good. It's
Shocking.
So good. Oh, I love it. So Esteban is like, hey, here's the deal, man. Like, that's not Jaden's motorcycle. Like, he's lying to you, and he's kind of a jerk. And, like, we used to be partners, the Chamoy dudes, and he's, like, became a real asshole. And, like, so kind of, he's a real asshole. But as he's explaining this, the drug dealer shows up. They followed them, and he pulls Jaden out of the car and pulls Jaden up against the door and has a gun to Jaden's head and is like, "I'm gonna blow his brains out." And Trevor's like, "Please go ahead."
No problem.
No problem for me.
Well, first he checks. He's like, "Can you upload a GoPro to YouTube?"
Yeah, and the lady's like, "No, you can't do that. That doesn't make any sense."
Computer first. Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, go ahead, shoot him. I don't care." It's really good. It's really good. And so they get the camera as the kid is like, "Please let him kill me." He's like, "Well, give me the camera." They delete the recording. And then at that moment, the fucking LAPD show up, and everybody has to bust out. And as they're running away from the LAPD, Trevor ends up driving, and they get a phone call from the agent. She's like, "You got to go to Von Kovac's house right now. He is doing the Wonder Man callbacks this moment because he's leaving town tomorrow." And so they drive away from the. I kind of don't know that the LAPD lets these guys take off, but like at the same time, what?
I have less problem with that because they run out, so fine, whatever. And there's like a shootout happening. I do have a problem that there's a shootout happening in front of the house and the car is parked in front of the house, and that doesn't seem to be an issue. But this is my problem. Simon Williams is never torn about whether or not he should help. He's looking at his phone throughout all.
Oh, no, he's not. No, that's not a problem at all. I think that's 100% character.
I think it's fucking... It makes me not like him and not give a shit about him.
He's not a superhero.
He's not a good human being.
No, he's not. He's too focused.
So why should I give a fuck?
The whole show is about him learning how to be a better person. That's the thing.
Does he learn to be a better person?
Yeah, he does. He throws his whole wife away to save Trevor at the end.
You know who's not going to think he's a better person?
Who?
Chuck.
Wait, who's Chuck?
Chuck is the guy that he uses to get into Damage Control's prison.
Okay, we can talk about that.
He fucks that guy over.
We could talk about that when we get there. That I have seen people talk about this. I do think that, like, on some level, it's like there's like a little bit of a if this really happened. Well, it didn't really happen, and the show tells us how to feel about it. Like, it's, you know what I mean? The show tells us how to feel about it. So I think that it's okay, but we'll talk about it when we get there. The next episode is what is the next episode? Callback. And so they go to Von Kovac's house,
it opens with.
Oh, right. We had Trevor's auditioning for the Mandarin. And at one point, he thinks that he's there for a porn thing. Yeah. It's like, oh, is this of a more adult nature?
Is the beard supposed to be real in that, or is he wearing a fake beard in that scene?
Probably real, I would have to guess.
Because it looks real fake.
Yeah, I mean, it is real fake. I mean, maybe it is supposed to be.
That's why I'm asking. Like, I'm not sure if it, like he's definitely supposed to have long hair.
Yeah, he has long hair.
But, like, the beard doesn't even attach to his
you know what, then it probably
sideburn.
is. It probably is. So I was fake. It probably is fake for the screen test. It probably is. Yeah. I mean, that's probably and that's probably part of why he thinks it's a porn, because he's like standing in like a fucking empty room with 3 guys, and he's got a fucking fake beard, glued to his face. I really like this bit though, because I think one of the things I really like about Wonder Man is that it's not a Hollywood satire per se. It has satirical elements, but it's a show that really loves Hollywood and really loves actors. And I think that sort of Trevor finding this character, I think it's really fun. I think it's like a really cool bit, like where he kind of like, he's a really good actor and he finds a thing, like he figures a thing out, and then that's like he becomes the Mandarin. And I think it's really well done, and I really like it.
I like that in this bit he does not fully become the Mandarin. Like his last line is not like dead on, and then later on in the final episode when he does a Mandarin bit, he's dead on Mandarin.
Right.
So like when you're watching this and it's like, he's getting there, but he's not quite there yet.
The character just got
cool.
born.
Yeah.
But I also think one of the things I like about this, I think that too many people who don't work with actors or aren't actors, and I'm not, we all know I'm an actor and I've done acting. I've appeared a couple of times, and so I have a pretty good understanding of the craft. Sometimes this shit just comes out of nowhere. Like, I think that sometimes we would say, like, oh, well, where does he get this voice? Why does he do that? And it just comes. Like, that's the thing. There's magic to it, and I think that's really a cool thing here.
And I mean, that's definitely the whole point, or not the whole point, but part of the show is that Simon over-prepares.
Yes.
And Trevor believes in being in the moment.
Yeah. And so Trevor is able to create this incredible character that does have a huge impact on the world.
Which Trevor also, by the way, did have... I guess it might be in this episode, but I can't... It's definitely... after they leave the house and he's driving, and Simon's like, oh my God, everything that happened back there, those kids are in a lot of trouble. And he goes, I have a feeling everything's going to be fine for them. And Simon's like, you say that about a lot of things. And that is, in my time in LA, every actor that I hung out with, no matter what horrible thing was going on to somebody, like, I'm sure they're going to be fine. Things will work out. Like, the universe will provide. And he's like, motherfucker, that's not how it works unless it's you and your parents are paying for everything. The rest of us have to work.
The thing is, so I think the thing that what I like about Simon as a character is that he is very much the self-centered actor. He's like super self-centered. Like, it's like very deeply about him. He's always in his own head. That's why he's not that good an actor sometimes, because he's trapped in his own head. Yeah. And I think that the thing is that, like, he's not even good to his family. Like, he's not. Like, you can't argue that he is. He's just not. Like,
no, yeah.
But the thing is that he finally meets somebody who, and it's Trevor, who he can put that person first. And it's almost romantic, like, in a weird way. Like, where it's like, this is somebody that he is willing, because he met somebody who was willing to put him first in that way, who didn't have to. I think that he feels like, because his family has to put him first, that it's, I don't know, it's like a very interesting thing to me, like his journey here. Cause I don't think that his story is finished at the end of this. And I don't mean that like in this is a superhero thing, so of course he's going to be in 20 more things. I mean, like, it's his journey as a human being isn't finished. Like, he didn't, he finally figured out, like, hey, I can do this stuff. What if I actually did something for somebody else? What if I didn't just hide it, sit on it, and just try to do for myself all the time? And I think the show, again, doesn't go, like, I don't think the show thinks that you're supposed to, the show knows that he's a problem to like. Do you know what I mean? Like, when we meet his girlfriend that dumped him, like, it's like, she's not shitty. Like, she's very nice, and she really loves him. And
she's a little shitty.
How is she shitty?
one, she's trying to move out without telling him that she's leaving.
She
She's
just
just
has
trying
no.
to go
She's
out.
non-confrontational. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
And he even says, like, last week we were talking about getting a dog. So, like, there's weirdness there.
You know what? That actually happened to me. So, like, I got dumped in 2016, and a week before I got dumped, my girlfriend said, "I love our little family. This is such a great thing." And then a week later, she left. And I do think that. I do have like negative feelings about this girlfriend, but like separate from that though, I do think that like she was in a weird place where she was like, I do like this, but also I'm not happy in the right ways, and I'm like torn, and it's very strange. And then finally she was like, okay, I got to get out of this. I think that's what happened there, and I think that she's just a person who's just not confrontational. I mean, did she? One of the things I like about this is that none of these all these characters feel like people. Trevor's the character who feels maybe least like a person because he's so insane, but that's delightful, like within the context.
Yeah.
But everybody feels like a person. Like Eric doesn't feel like just a shitty character to give Simon a hard time. Eric's a full person, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like you understand where he's coming from. Like his stuff.
It's very important in the episode at his mom's birthday that we see Eric with other people and they're laughing, they're having a good time.
Right.
And he's like goofing around with them. So we can see like he's not like this to everybody.
Right.
He's like this to his brother because his brother is leeching off of his mother who is,
Simon earned it. That's the thing that the show wants us to know. Simon earned Eric's feelings towards him. Simon might feel like Eric's a jerk to him and it's not fair and Eric doesn't understand him. But the show wants us to understand, no, Simon earned this. Simon behaved in a way and he gets off because he's the baby brother. He gets to just do whatever he wants and gets to get carried in a way that Eric never did because he's much older than Simon. Yeah. Like it's not even like older, younger. He's like maybe like 8-9 years older than Simon probably.
No. Because we see in the flashback.
He's going.
They don't seem that.
Are they going to the same school? They are going to the same school.
They're getting dropped off. Well, I was even saying in the flashback where Simon's getting checked out by the doctor, they're not that much older. I forgot about. Yeah, they are getting dropped off the same school as well. So
yeah, I guess it's just because Eric is so much bigger than Simon as kids that it does feel like he's much older.
As adults, he's bigger than him.
He's pretty big. Yeah,
I don't know how they found somebody to be bigger.
He's a pretty big fella. Yeah. So I guess, But anyway, so they are driving and Simon's pretty upset. He's like, man, this is going to be fucked up. Like, I didn't do enough research. I wasn't ready. I not prepared. And Trevor's like, it's going to be fucking fine. We're here. Like, why are you doubting this? Like, things are going great. And they go to the door and the assistant answers the door. I really like this bit.
They go to the door and there's one pair of shoes.
Well, I was going to say, the assistant answers the door.
That's
there's
before
one
the
pair
assistant comes up.
Okay. I mean, maybe I don't have the exact second by second.
I mean, it's
TikTok of it.
It's a good bit.
But there are a pair of shoes at the door, and they don't know if they should bring their shoes in or not, and so they take off their shoes. And
no. Simon takes off his shoes. Trevor leaves his on.
Yeah, that's right.
But why it's great is because he's like, there's one. If it was a no shoes house, there'd be a lot of shoes.
Right.
If it was a shoes house, there'd be no shoes, but one pair of shoes. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What is it? And then the assistant opens the door and he's like, is she wearing shoes? Yeah. And she's got long flowing pants on. You can't see her feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is great. That is wonderful.
They don't know that there's other guys here. That's the other thing. So these could just be Kovac shoes for all they know.
Yeah.
Like they don't know that they're going to walk into a room and a bunch of dudes are in there. Yeah. And I really like when they go into the room and they meet all the dudes. And there's like the really like great Spanish actor. And then there's like two other guys. There's like the Juilliard guy. And then there's the guy who's like just like a fucking surfing instructor. But he was incredible.
He was David Fincher's surfing instructor.
He's incredible. Like
he's just a natural talent.
He just has it, and I love that because the easy joke is that he's David Fincher's surfing instructor and he's terrible, but no, he's really good. Like,
and it's good when he does like a bit and then he cuts the Simon. He's like, he is good. Like,
it's really great.
He does have it.
So Von Kovac shows up. I like that Von Kovac is like, this house is where I come. I surround myself with things that I hate to remind myself. I really thought that was very fucking funny. And he takes him into his office and he has his vision board behind him with both modern superheroes from the MCU and also like Wonder Man characters.
Yeah, I mean, he's got costume tests of Captain America and Thor somehow.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, it's great. It's like an in-joke kind of, right? I mean, like they did that on purpose. They know that the really eagle-eyed people are paying attention to that shit, you know? Yeah.
And I guess in universe you could say, oh, it's for Rogers the Musical, the movie.
whatever.
Right.
Who cares about a universe? Like, it's fun. Like
I do, because that's part of what the MCU is. It's a universe, a connected universe of things.
I know, but like, there's always going to be stuff that's like, unless it's a major bit, like that's somebody's talking about it. Like, oh, you have Captain America's fitting pictures. No, it's a thing in the background. Like, it's just not meant to be. We can laugh and go, that's a bit. There's a little bit of a joke here. What is the song that he plays for them? It's a terrible song.
Midnight Rambler.
Midnight Rambler. Yeah, it's so awful.
Midnight Rambler.
I don't dislike the song
Shine a
per
light
se,
on me.
but like, he's like, this is my opening song, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this is that a James Gunn joke?
That's what I thought, is they were goofing on James Gunn.
It really feels like it, right?
Yeah. Or maybe not James Gunn, but like what came out of James Gunn. Like, because so many other movies started doing that kind of thing. You know, or like other superhero movies started doing that kind of thing. You know. But it's also kind of a Tarantino thing, because I think it's that whole thing of like people who use 70s pop music, you know.
It feels so Gunn because it is a superhero thing. And I love how fucking hackneyed his opening shot is, where it's
Midnight
like
Special, not Midnight Rambler.
Midnight Special, yeah.
Let the Midnight Special.
And he's like, and then we realize the planet is Earth. And we're like, oh God, give me a break, man.
Yeah.
I really like that. So he does a thing. Did you watch Megadoc? The Making of Megalopolis?
Oh, no.
So in Megadoc, really good. Like, even if you've never seen Megalopolis, I really
know it was
recommend.
available. I didn't know it was out.
It's on Criterion Channel. You probably don't have that.
No.
It's excellent. It's like really, it's worth it just to see Shia LaBeouf drive Francis Ford Coppola insane.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally insane, to the point where Francis Ford Coppola is like heard telling people how much he hates Shia LaBeouf.
Do you think Charlie Sheen watches it? He's like, yes. Or Martin Sheen, rather, watches it? Like, yes.
It's kind of fascinating, because the thing is that Shia is like unbearable, but like he's an unbearable actor. He's not an unbearable person. He's an unbearable actor. No, but I'm saying, he might be, but I'm saying in the context of the doc and what he's annoying Coppola about, where he's like, I don't know, in this scene, I don't feel like he would say this. Or I think in this scene, he would walk over here. And Coppola's like, he's 100% that. And Coppola's like, we have the thing set up that he walks over here. Like, what if he just walks over here? And he's like, no, I don't think it's right that he walks over. And it's just, at first Coppola's like, he likes it because he's like, we're going to play, we're going to like find things. And then he realizes he's met a guy, he's hired a guy who's going to take that so fucking far that he cannot handle it anymore. And it's amazing. But when they have the cast first to get together at the beginning, they're in like a school gym. And they're doing games. They're doing like acting games, and that really reminded me of this. Like where it was like,
I mean, this reminded me of my college had a big acting observatory or conservatory, and they would do stuff like this on the lawn, and you'd see like, they'd play a song, and each person in the class would like do something goofy, and you're like, the fuck, yeah. My buddy Terrence was in the acting conservatory. He'd be like, today I spent like 20 minutes being an apple. I'm like, what the. Okay, I don't know what that teaches you, but all right.
So Kovac splits everybody into pairs, and he gives them like basic stories to like improv on, and he splits Simon and Trevor up, and they're like, no, don't. But then he's like, no, I'm going to do it, and Trevor fucking kills it. Trevor kills it, like just fucking everybody's like stunned at how amazing he is. Yeah, and then and it's like really great, because I think one of the things is that I couldn't tell. Like the other guy, like it's really interesting. The guy that Trevor's with turns it into a marriage problem. And or wait, does Kovac tell him that they're winning?
Kovac says, okay, you hate. This is your wife.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't stand being with her, but she's the only reason you want to live. Like,
and so like I was like, oh, is Trevor Slattery going to be like an old fashioned guy who won't play a woman? But no, he's like, he's it. Like he's
an actor.
Like,
he's an actor,
and he's not doing like a funny woman voice either. No. He's just. He becomes a woman.
Well, this is the genius, and obviously this could not have been thought of when they were doing Iron Man 3, but the genius of hiring one of the great living actors in Ben Kingsley is he can do the really goofy Trevor Slattery stuff, but then when Trevor Slattery has to be acting, it's like, oh, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Like, there it is. Like, this scene, he only says one word over and over again in this exercise.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. You know?
He kills it. Like, it murders. Yeah. Everybody's fucking mesmerized. And I think it would have been really easy to do a different take on Trevor Slattery, because I don't know that I feel like in Shang-Chi, it felt like he was more, like, I would believe you if you told me he was a shitty actor. Do you know what I mean?
Iron Man, you get the sense that he's a shitty actor. Like, the joke there is I forgot where he says he was like the best actor in like whatever town. Yeah. Right. Like, the joke is that he's in like some 2-bit town, right? 2-bit British town.
But I love the idea that Trevor is a great actor and that there's a tragedy to him as a result, because he truly is a great actor. Like, and if he wasn't so fucked up, he could have maybe actually done it. Like he needed to wait. If he's going to act like Oliver Reed, he needed to wait till he got to Oliver Reed level to act like Oliver Reed. Like, you can't start acting like Oliver Reed very early in your career. And then so Simon goes and does his, and like he starts doing his scene, and I was like, wait, what? This is familiar. I'm like, hold on. And then right away, you got it?
I got it right away. And here's the thing. I don't think I've seen Pretty Woman in 20, 30 years.
No, I know. That's the thing. That's why I was like, this can't be Pretty Woman, right? Because I'm like, I haven't seen it in a long time, but this feels like Pretty Woman.
But, and this is what I want to say about that is, man, Pretty Woman must be an amazingly well-written movie, that a movie I have not seen in decades. I instantly caught the dialogue. I was like, oh, this is Pretty Woman. Like, it just stayed in my brain. Yeah. Not that I can't recite it, but once he started saying it, I was like, oh, I know this scene. This is Pretty Woman. Like,
I love this bit where he's doing Pretty Woman. And because, again, like, I'm watching the show and I'm like, okay, what's going to happen here? Like, how is this gonna play out? Like, and Simon is such a mess and stuff like that, and then he totally fucks it. Like, I mean, this is like the worst thing he could do for Von Kovac, you know, is like do pretty. I mean, not just he's doing a scene that he's like memorized, but also he's doing Pretty Woman. Like, it's just not. And so
he's not doing the thing where he's supposed to not have eyelashes and has to keep squinting.
Exactly, he's not even doing that. He's not taking that fucking thing. So, Von Kovac is like, all right, let's just take a break. Simon, like, get your shit together. Like, you're not doing well. I'm very disappointed. I loved your audition, and I'm not really liking what I see here. Trevor Slattery begins telling his stories. He tells about, it was at Sade that he went to go see, and how amazing she was.
No, not Sade. It was her name's in the song that they play at the end. It's oh gosh.
Anyway, I'm Every Woman is by what's her name? Oh my god, my fucking Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan, yes.
Chaka Khan,
and at the end,
I feel for you.
Like Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan. I feel for you. So he's telling the story, like, he has everybody wrapped around his finger. Like, everybody fucking loves Trevor. Like, Trevor is the actor's actor, you know? And so Simon's trying to, like, get his shit together.
The other guy is trying to throw Trevor off as well, which I liked.
Yeah, I like that. It's the good competition that's happening. Like, a little bit of, like, he's, like, poking at him. And so Kovac comes back, and he puts Simon with this other guy, and he's like, okay, you're playing a grade school classmate of Simon's, and you're calling him on the phone. And Richard the guy that he's up against, starts going hard as a bully. And so it's like, you're a freak. Everybody knows you're a freak. You're disgusting. You're weird. You're whatever. And he just keeps going until finally Simon Williams punches him directly through the head and puts his fist through his whole head. And I was like, when he gets punched through the head, he's like made of chalk.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this a scroll thing here? Like, and then it's a dream. I like that it's made out of chalk. I think that, like, very much like in a dream sequence, I think they would make it too real. I think that turn to the surreal there at the end really sells the dreaminess of it to me, and also makes it feel weird. And because it's the MCU, I was like, wait, what is this? Is this an LMD? Is this a whatever? But no, it's just a dream. Simon has fallen asleep in the chair because he got no sleep the night before because they were chasing the GoPro all around town.
Can I tell you, I knew it was a dream before the punch.
How?
Because Trevor interrupts the scene, and Trevor would not do that.
Oh, wow. Nice call.
Yeah. I was like, I don't believe Trevor would interrupt the scene.
I think you're,
so
right.
Once he did that, once he was like, you're going too far, I was like, something's off. I wasn't like, it's a dream, but I was like, something's off. Trevor would not do that.
But I think that this is a really important bit here in terms of character for Simon, which is that the question we talked about it was like, why doesn't Simon use his powers? Why doesn't Simon do this? And it's because he's ashamed of them. He hates them. He hates being weird. He is born weird. He's always been weird. And then he has this other weirder thing happen to him. And it just alienates him from everybody else more. And he doesn't have pride in it. It's not what he wants to be. And it, you know, he doesn't love it. And so he's hiding it. And it's his biggest fear is getting known. We found that out last episode. That's the whole plot of last episode. But also it's not just about being known and not being able to act. It's about people judging him as a freak. And I think it's as challenging in the MCU because we haven't had a ton of that. That's a very standard Marvel thing.
Yeah, we haven't had any of that.
Yeah, we really haven't had any of that in the MCU. So it does feel, you know, this now 20 years into the MCU, it does feel a little bit out of left field, kind of. But at the same time, I love it. Like, I love that that's his deal. Like, he doesn't like being superpowered. That's not what he wants. He doesn't want to be superpowered. Like, it's a problem for him, not just professionally, but like personally. Like when he's around the house, like he like blows a hole in the wall. Like none of it's good for him. And so he and Kovac are like, Kovac wakes him up. He's like, I got to have a moment. And he goes outside and Trevor follows him. And Simon's like, I can't do it. And the thing is that he's like, I can't let myself be myself because who I am, I can't be. And I like this also as like a really nice metaphor for, you know, a lot of people, especially on our Discord, have been discussing whether or not Simon's autistic. And I think also it's a metaphor for like having any kind of a secret that as an actor that you don't want to open yourself up with, whether that be, you know, a problem in your life or your sexuality or something to do with your family. Like you just want to open that up, and you have to, as an actor, be willing to open that up. And so they have this whole thing. And he's like, that's not what you are, though. Like, that fear that you have, like, tap into that. Like, you don't have to tap into the power. You can tap into the fear that you have around the power. This is your life. This is your experience. Don't keep finding it away. And he gives this great speech where he's like, the things that when you share your pain, when you share your loss, when you share your joy with the audience, they don't feel alone anymore. They see somebody else having these same experiences. That's the beauty of acting. And so when we go back to 3 episodes ago when Trevor's like, acting is the most consequential thing you can do with your life. It's funny, but also he gives a speech here where it's like he believes it, like not just like not like in a funny like I'm full of myself way.
No,
like
but in a way of you give people connection.
Yeah, you do something for the world. Like this is a powerful thing, and so Simon goes in and he does it. He does the speech and he kills it. Like he does really great. Like the Slattery has gotten him like, you know, loosened up. And then him and Trevor are asked to leave. They're asked to leave first. And they're like, oh, wait, I can't believe this. Like, we didn't get it. This is terrible. And the assistant walks them out and won't say anything to them. And she just leaves them in the fucking foyer. And they're like, I guess we got to go. And they start to leave. And Von Kovac comes in. Where the fuck are you going? Like, you're my Wonder Man and my Barnaby. Like, I pulled you guys aside because I didn't want to say this in front of everybody else. Like, but you guys, like, I watched what you guys have. You are those characters. Like, and they are really fucking excited. And then Simon drives Trevor home. And when they get home, Trevor gets out. The damage control vehicle pulls up right behind. And Trevor just tries to run inside.
Like, it's so funny. Made me laugh very hard. He was like, oh.
It's so funny. Yeah. And they pull him in the car. And Cleary's like, I'm going to throw you back in fucking prison, man. Like, you've got to fucking do this. Like, no more fucking putting it off. And he's like, please, I need time. I'm there. I got it. I need the time. Like, I can make this happen. I'm where I need to be. Just let me fucking do it. And that's the end of that one. And then we move to episode 7. Kathy Friedman is our next episode. And I
do want to bring up with that last episode.
Yeah.
I wish there was something, a line or something about Simon not being good at improv. Like, because there's a part of me, it's like, I can't buy that. Like, it's rough for me to believe that this guy's been an actor in LA for years and he hasn't taken improv classes.
I can actually see it. I can 100% see that. 100%. Because
I think improv is so big that he would have done it just to have it on his resume.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he might have like paid the money to do a UCB potentially.
Yeah.
But I think he might have done it and then just not He would. The thing is that he would never say he's not good at improv. This is always the joke about actors. Oh, you come in for audition. Can you ride a horse? Of course I can ride a horse. They've never been near a horse.
I don't think he should say it. I think, like, or at least not to Kovac, but like something to Trevor to be like, no, like. I mean, it's implied throughout the thing of like how much
we kind of get
he puts into his characters.
Yeah,
like the notes he makes and stuff. But like, just a quick thing of like, I can't do improv. Like, if it's not on the page, I can't do it.
Even in the previous episode, when they go to the house, the Chamoy dude's house, he can't even improv at the door. Like, in real life, he can't improv.
He's about to, but then they know it's Trevor.
Like, he's like, like, I don't think he would have been able to. Like, they notice Trevor, he's saved in that moment, like, but, like, he has to walk up and do lines of dialogue for a script. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. So I think that we understand that he's got no improv at all. Yeah. I think that he also probably considers himself a very serious actor, and he probably improv in, you know, he doesn't seem like he'd been to acting school. That doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe. What do you think?
I think he must have taken classes. Like, I don't think he went to like a place.
Well, that's the difference. Taking classes is different.
Yeah.
Taking classes is different than going to Stella Adler. Stella Adler, they're going to make him improv.
Audition and
But if he's taking classes that he's just paying for individually, he just doesn't take those classes he's not good at. Like, that's the thing. I think that's one of the things about Simon that I think is really interesting, is that I can 100% imagine him just avoiding the stuff he's no good at. Like, just absolutely avoiding it. Like, and then throwing himself in a different direction and convincing himself that he doesn't need these other skills, because this is what he wants. He's so focused. He wants to be this. Yeah. I don't want to be a guy that does improv. I don't want to go on set and come up with my own dialogue. I want to be able to fucking deliver the character in full. In fact, he's the opposite of improv. He's the guy who's like, I read these books about Amazon, about Mayan mythology because my character would have known about them. Yeah. So,
because he's not improv, he's not method. So what the hell?
No, he's not method. He's just research. He's a research guy.
He's just research. Yeah.
So he's not method. He's a very that's a very old-fashioned thing, like where you just go research. You go meet the people. You're not living as the character.
Today,
it's probably like a Timothy Chalamet. I don't think Timothy Chalamet does method.
No, I don't think Chalamet's method.
But Chalamet,
he did write Worms for real.
He does get really into the character, and I know that, like, for Marty Supreme, he spent years perfecting table tennis.
Okay.
So that's not really method. That's just like getting, like, he wants to be that character, like, in a fundamental way. He wants that muscle move. He wants to. That's research. That's like deep research.
Yeah.
I bet Pattinson's a big research guy. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that Pattinson does a lot of reading and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, part of his persona is he plays it off like he probably doesn't, but I bet he does.
Oh, yeah, he definitely plays it off like he doesn't.
Yeah. He plays it off like
you've seen the thing with him talking about the clown, right?
No.
Where he I forgot what movie it was for they did, but, like, in an interview, they were like, how did you prepare for this? He was like, well, when I was a child, I saw a clown get killed. So that's always, but he was just making it up the whole time.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Well, he's very funny. He does good improv when he's doing these interviews, and he doesn't care about them, and he's just fucking around, like that clown thing. And he's such a good actor that he just sold it. Like, he did not give anybody the slightest hint that it was a bit.
Not a hint.
And the interviewer had no fucking clue, and they just had to go, "Oh, that's wow."
Yeah, that's so great. That is so great.
I like Pattinson. I didn't, I was one of those jerks who like, oh, our pets. But I think he's really great. I think
I think both him and Kristen Stewart have become amazing actors.
Apparently, her movie that she directed is great. I haven't seen it yet. Chronology of Water. I was told it was great.
Yeah. I mean, the Twilight movies are trash. They're garbage, and they're not good in them either of them. But like other stuff I've seen them in, I'm like, oh my god, like. These are two, like, they clearly were like, okay, Twilight has made me a star, and now I have the money to put into, like, really learning the craft, or maybe they already knew the craft. I don't know.
No, they were definitely both serious actors previous to that. It just gave them the opportunity to do the stuff they wanted to do. Like, that's the thing. Like, so.
The same like Daniel Radcliffe now just does whatever he wants, and he prefers to do more goofy stuff from the looks of it. But
he does more goofy stuff. He does stage and stuff like that. I think Radcliffe's not as good an actor as those guys. Is the thing?
No, he's no. Oh, no.
And I think
he's not. He's not.
Like, I don't
but I'm saying, like, he's like, okay, I got my Harry Potter money.
Yeah.
I'm going to do just funny, goofy things that I will find enjoyable. You
Yeah,
know?
it's actors I
I'm
like
gonna
working
do,
with and stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to do 4 seasons of a show with Steve Buscemi that nobody watches, you know?
Yeah,
And
Elijah Wood does that too. Like Elijah Wood just goes and does shit that he has a good time with. He makes moves at Friends.
that's the life, man. That's awesome.
He did an amazing role in the Toxic Avenger remake.
Yes, I was great in that.
He's so good in that.
I thought that movie was fantastic. I enjoyed that movie very much.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So we open with a flashback to Simon and Eric being taken to school, and Simon doesn't want to get out of the car, and his dad notices it. And he says, "Oh, hey, it seems like you're still sick." And they go back to the Eagle, now known as Vidiots, to go see Wonder Man. And the dad says that when I first came to America, I saw this movie and it really meant a lot to me, and so I'm really excited to share it with you. I liked it how that is. It's not. The movie itself is not thematically connected to anything. It's the experience of the movie. Like, it isn't like this movie made me feel like I belonged here or whatever. Like, it was just like, I like this movie. I came to America.
Movie. I think his
liked
glasses are cool.
Yeah. And I think that's really great. Like, it's not like it's an acknowledgement that sometimes entertainment's great. Entertainment can be just as meaningful to us as something deep. Like, that's what's happening here.
His father shared it with him.
Right.
His father clearly died when he was young.
Yeah.
And so this remake is a way for him to honor his father, and that's all there is to it.
Well, that's the thing. In the final episode when he's doing all the glasses, it's because his dad thought the glasses were cool. Like at first you're like, why is this guy so fucking intense about these glasses? And it's like
his dad says, like, I love
these
those
are
glasses.
cool. These are those glasses. He just wants to do what his dad liked.
Yeah.
Which I think is really sweet. I think that's a really, really sweet bit. So Simon, the dad knows that Simon got beat up by bullies, and he's like, these kids can be really shitty to those who are different, but being different is really great too. Like, being different, it can be hard, but it's really great. And so we then cut to they're making Wonder Man. And they are the first week. It's the first week of making Wonder Man. And he's got to go to costume. And Simon's costume, it's not Simon, sorry. Trevor's costume is too tight in the balls.
Yes. He didn't quit at 81.
So they go, and he starts trying on the glasses here. He's like, this was not right. Like, can it get closer to the original? And like the prop guy is like, well, I found this. Like, no, I want closer to the original. And they go to the hair and makeup, and there's a really interesting bit here, which is that the writer comes in and Kovac comes in, and they're like, we're going to change this line. And Simon is like, I don't think that's right. Like, I don't think that works. And
no, Simon does not like the line in the script.
Oh, so he wants to change the line in the script, and the Kovac and the writer aren't so sure about it. Sorry, yeah, you're right. And they're like, well, I don't get it. Like, I don't really, this is fine. Like, just fucking read the line. And Simon's being Simon. He's like, I don't think this or this. And then Trevor's listening, and he's like, what if he just said this? And it's the same line, but it's just simplified. And it's like a person speaking as opposed to like a line of dialogue. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh shit, that's actually really great. Like, that's actually perfect. And I really like this bit. This feels really important to me in like the relationship between Simon and Trevor, is that like how they work together in this way. That like Trevor gets Simon. Like, he gets what Simon's trying to say. Simon can't say it. Simon does not understand how to tell them why this line doesn't work. Yeah. And he doesn't know how to fix the line. He just knows the line's not right. And he's correct is the thing. Like, I think even when Von Kovac is like, well, now that I'm looking at it, it isn't great. Like, I think that's not Von Kovac bowing to his star.
Well, no, I think the reason Trevor butts in is because Von Kovac is like, we have to rethink all of this. And Trevor is like, that's bad. Like, that's bad thing. If all of a sudden we're going to rework the whole script.
But like, the thing I think is, I do think that Simon's correct on a certain level. That like, this is not a good line. Like, this is not a good line. This line needs to be different. And so,
I mean, the line is like, you cannot be redeemed. And it's like, like, it's a horrible line.
No, it's like, I'll never forgive you. Like, oh, that's so much better. Like, and it's as simple as that. And so they go out to dinner at the end of the day shooting. Trevor comes with Simon. I really like this. Simon has his whole team. He's got a whole team now because he's such a big deal.
The restaurant that we saw on the Doorman episode.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that cool. Doorman is getting Josh Gad out of, where they go through the wall.
Oh, that's cool. So they don't like that Trevor's there, but Simon wants Trevor there. Trevor's important to Simon. Like, this is meaningful to him. And the thing is that they're like, okay, we got a Netflix series for you. Like, this is like, you're really hot right now. This is
Shonda Rhimes. Yeah.
Shonda Rhimes. Yeah. This is a big deal. And Trevor's like, why don't you not take a role until this is done? Like, why are you getting ahead of yourself? Like, why are you accepting this stuff when there might be something better? And he's like, why don't you do stage work? And Simon's like, yeah, stage work. I want to do stage work. And his agents are really upset because that Netflix show is money. That's like real money, and they're all going to make a payday on it. And if he does stage, there's no money in that at all.
Well, and his agent doesn't straight out say it, but hints at the idea. Like she says, like, okay, yeah, you know, I get it, but you also want to make sure you have something in the bank.
That's the thing, because
the feeling I get from that is like, you're not being paid a lot for Wonder Man because you're an unknown actor. So they got you for real cheap, you know, probably like a couple of $100,000. And that's not going to last very long.
Which is life changing. But yeah, it's not
life changing. But yeah. And also it's going to be a year, 2 years before the movie comes out. You're going to wait that long. And then what if it's no good?
Well, that I think is the most important key to it, though, is that Trevor trusts that this is good, that this is going to work. Trevor believes this is going to work. The agents don't. The agents are like, no, we got to strike now while the iron is hot because we have no idea how this movie's going to turn out. We don't trust this movie to turn out right.
Yeah.
It
connects back to the doorman thing that the agent tells doorman, like, no, you want to make sure that, you know, the money is cashed. Like, you got to make sure you got it in the bank kind of deal. Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's about that tension between art and commerce that is at the heart of the movies. Like, Simon wants to do good work. He doesn't want to just make money and be famous. He wants to do good work. And they don't want him to do good work. They don't care about good work.
Which, I don't know if I would have used Shonda Rhimes at that moment, because Shonda Rhimes is considered a good creator.
So Shonda Rhimes, I'm going to say that her stuff is good. She puts out a ton of shit, right? Yeah. And there's a ton of it, and her stuff is good mainstream.
Yeah.
But it's not good elevated. Like, Von Kovac doing Wonder Man makes it a special movie. Like, I'm sure Simon would want to do Wonder Man no matter who's directing it, right? Like, whatever. But Von Kovac, we're to understand that Von Kovac is an auteur, and that's a big deal. That's the direction he wants to go. He doesn't want to go to the person who just makes 6 different soap operas a year. Even if they're pretty good and people like them, like, what he wants is a thing that's special, that is really great, that is meaningful, you know? And they then get told that there's a New York Times reporter who's going to come and profile them. And so Trevor's really excited.
My favorite line of the episode, which is New York Times, the New York Times, and the agent goes, "There's only one." I like that a lot.
I like, so Trevor's like, oh, this is amazing. And Simon's like, I don't know. Like, I'm concerned because the thing is that she's a character assassin, this writer. She's like, she really went after Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like, and made him seem like a monster. Yeah. What was it?
Which I like that too.
The
pigeon incident from 5th grade, where he reads like the quote from the article. He's like, and the pigeon, it wasn't just an aberration. It's who he is as a person. And Trevor Slaughter goes, what was the pigeon incident? And Simon goes, I don't know, but clearly it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. Yeah. You killed a pigeon?
And then later on, they're talking about it again. And they're like, he must have murdered a pigeon, right? That's the only thing it could be, is he killed a pigeon.
Yeah. She also made Glenn Howerton, the famously beloved Glenn Howerton, look really bad in an article too. Yeah. Really funny. The next day, Trevor's late. And actually, he's not due on set until late. And Simon didn't know that. And Simon did not want to meet this woman alone, but he's forced to meet this woman alone. And she wants to just observe. She wants to just be on set and watch. She doesn't want to, like, I'm not here. And Simon cannot do that. And I like that, like, earlier we had seen Simon, like, as the movie star, where he's like, get me the turkey bacon. No, the regular bacon. No, the turkey bacon, you know, and he's like making people run around and get him stuff. And now he's like, no, I'm going to go get the juice. You know, I love going and talking to the crew. And there's a part later on where he's like, says hello to one of the crew. And the guy goes, you know my name?
Well, the guy says, you know my name. And he goes, yeah, of course I know your name. Yeah, word around town is you're a big Bruins fan. He's like, oh, you like the Bruins? You're like, no.
So good. But that's like such a great character for Simon, because Simon isn't over prepared. He's like sat down with a fucking dossier on every single crew member so that he could walk around and show her what a great guy he is. But he's not the great guy. That's the thing. He's acting as the great guy, and he's not bringing anything real to it. And so at the end of the day, she is like, hey, so I'm going to leave, but can I talk to some other people for this profile? And he's like, I've already spoken to your ex, Vivian. And he's like, oh, and then he goes and he's like really concerned. So he has Vivian meet him at a bar. And
now, we didn't discuss this last episode.
Yeah.
Or last week. His ex is played by Olivia Thirlby, who's not a huge name, but she's a recognizable actor. She does good work. I wonder if the character had more originally.
No, there's no way.
No? You don't think so?
I don't think that makes any sense. I think that this is the kind of actor who you can get, and I think you want for a role like this where she's got a scene and a half, right?
Yeah.
What you want is you want an actor who is going to make an impression in the scene and a half. You want an actor that people, when she walks on the screen, even if you don't know who that is, you know that she's somebody. Yeah. And so you know that this is a character who's an important character that you should pay attention to. And I think that's...
Because it's interesting, because when she shows up in the first episode and she's in it for like a minute, right? Yeah. She's like, I'm leaving, goodbye. I was like, what a weird thing to get Olivia Thirlby for this, because she is something. And then she has this scene here where there's more meat to it. And it's like, okay, you want somebody who can bring the meat in a very quick sequence, right?
That's exactly
I guess would be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is that what you want is somebody who's going to come in and deliver in the scene in a big way. So you get a good person. And again, you want somebody who the audience is going to like recognize. Like, you want somebody who's bringing something onto screen with them, so that we realize, this is an actual person we got to pay attention to. Like, this is not just like, we're not going to spend any time on her. So we need a shortcut. So I doubt there was ever any extra stuff in this at all. I mean, that's my take on it.
Yeah.
But so they at the bar. I really like when it starts. Like, again, the stuff that you don't like about Simon is what I like in the show. I like that they're not making a character who needs to be super likable. I think that he's likable in that he has a dream and he's really trying to get it, but he's a very hollow person a lot of the time. And so while he's talking to her here, all he's trying to do is impress her with like how cool he is on set. Like, it's just like, he's like, oh, well, you know how it is. He's doing that like bullshit thing that everybody in Hollywood does. Like, when like you like, oh, you know, it's a real pain in the ass when they're bringing me all the stuff I want. Like, it's like that kind of a thing. And she realized, she's like, listen, I know why you're here. Like, this is not hard for me to figure out. Like, that's also great. Simon's not good at being manipulative. He can't. No. Like, he's just, because he's not good at improv, right? So she's like, I never said anything about you bad. And she says, I never talked about your powers. And Simon is like, what the fuck? You knew I had powers? And she's like, I lived with you for years and I loved you. And I was waiting for you to tell me. And again, like, that's why this show does not think that Simon he's not a bad guy. He is a stunted guy. He is a guy that has this focus that has made him make other people not feel present, or he's not been present for other people. He's been so in his head. He's been so wrapped up in his own concerns that he's been very selfish in a very big way. And I like that, because actors are selfish. Like, I mean, like, sorry to all actors, but I like that the show is saying the actor is selfish, but it's not doing it from a megalomaniacal perspective. Like, Simon's not running around like, I'm the greatest. It's like, I'm ashamed of this thing. I want to do this. I don't know how to do this. I'm like really doing my best, but like...
Although he does, in the earlier episode, he does say, I see these people with no talent moving, like getting jobs, and I'm not.
Come on. Anybody who's lived in Hollywood has had that exact experience.
Sure, but that is a egotistical thing.
I don't think it is, because I think the people are legitimately no talent. I've talked about this on the show before, that other people from like the online movie blog space, who are not good at what they do. And just what they're good at is they're good at kissing ass, or they're good at like presenting what the audience wants to hear, and they make a ton of fucking money at it, and they're very successful. And that's not me being egotistical. I'm not saying like I deserve that success. I'm saying that I have seen people who do deserve that success not get it, and I think he's don't saying deserve
he
it.
Deserves that.
Well, he does, and honestly, so did I.
Honestly,
that's not. I do think he's a good actor is the thing.
But it's not. Yes, I mean, in theory, he's a good actor. There's nothing in this show that tells us he's not a good actor, right? But what he's not good at is working with people, which is a very important part of acting.
No, yeah. Because he's
so
in
he
his own
does
head.
not deserve it. Because of that, he does not deserve it.
I don't know.
Because he's not able to do one of the most important things of acting, which is communication and working with others.
So the thing is that, like, that's nice, but that's not real. Many actors who are great actors cannot work with anybody else. They're awful. They're awful to work with.
Yes, but when they're starting, they figure out a way to work with people, and then as they become bigger,
they figure out a way to work with people. But like, I think a lot of them are so charismatic and good that they immediately get to the point like where.
But he's not even charismatic.
Well, that's the thing. He could be. That's the thing. I think that's what I like about the epilogue. That's what I like about the epilogue is that he is both improving and charismatic in the epilogue. Yes. And we see that he's figured it out. Because there's no reason that Simon, I'm not talking about the actor, but I'm talking about Simon, the character, could be charismatic. It's just that he's so trapped in himself that he cannot do it. He can't get out of his own way. But I love this reveal that she knew that he had powers. And it's like, it's really interesting because, again, the powers as metaphor for neurodivergence or sexuality or something, like, I get it. Like, I get why you don't sit down with somebody and say, hey, I know that you're autistic. Like sure. You can't do that. Like, you just can't. No. Like, it's too fucked up. And she knows that he's not sharing it because he's ashamed of it. She knows him well enough to know that he's not hiding it because, like, he's like Bruce Wayne hiding his secret identity. He's ashamed of who he is. Yeah. And when she leaves, she's like, I really hope that you find somebody you can trust with your true self. But she doesn't know that he already has, and that person's name is Trevor Slattery, the true love of Simon Williams' life. I love this bromance so much. So the next day, he's going to sit down with Friedman again, and his mom calls. And she's like, oh, we talked to that nice lady from the New York Times. She talked to Eric. Eric had so much to say. And Simon loses his shit. He freaks out. Crashes out. Because he is like, fuck. Eric just fucked me. Eric just 100% fucked me. And because he's always not liked me as an actor, and he doesn't want me to be successful because he wants to prove that he was right all along. And I mean, this is projection on a big level too. Like, this is some of the ugly actor stuff. Yeah, some of the ugly actor stuff, like where it's like, oh, this person's fucking me, because he might do the same thing in that situation. And so Trevor tries to calm him down. And they do sit down and talk, and she's like, no, Eric had nothing but, Eric loves you. Like, Eric thinks you're the best. Eric's so proud of you.
What I like, and she says, and it's a quick throwaway thing, is she says, oh, he said that a lot of people didn't believe in you, including him.
Yeah. So he owns it.
And I like that Eric owns it. Yeah. I like that.
It's really good. And it's really good character stuff. I like that a lot. Like, and the stuff that you don't like about Simon is the stuff that I like because he's a really prickly character. So I like that Simon could have fixed this with Eric at any time because Eric is not a bad guy. Eric just is like, you're wasting your time because, like, you're not doing well and I'm paying for you. But if Simon had been, like, I think if Simon had told him that he got fired, but he didn't tell Eric. Eric had to find out. I don't know how Eric found out, but he found out some other way, and from American Horror Story.
Yeah, that was very confusing where he's like, what happened to that? And
I don't know.
He somehow knows. I'm not sure.
I actually don't mind that because I actually could imagine Eric keeping tabs on him, especially since we know that in some continuities he's a supervillain. Yes. Like, there's like a level of like, yeah, okay, I could see that. I could see that Eric like calls his agent, Simon's agent, and is like, hey, what's up with Simon now? Like, like I could actually 100% see that. But the thing is that Friedman's not here to give Simon a hard time. She's here to give Trevor a hard time. And because Trevor's like, look at this picture of me, my mom. My mom inspired me to be an actor. And she's like, so here's the deal. Didn't you get arrested by the FBI at the airport? Yeah. Aren't you a terrorist who got arrested by the FBI at the airport? Like, what are you doing here? And he's like, no, it never happened. And then she shows the footage of him being arrested. And he continues to like, oh, this is bullshit. You're smearing me. And he storms out. And Simon is like, wait, what the fuck? He's been working for damage control this whole time? And because she's like, did you cut a deal? Like, is that what the deal? Like, did you get arrested and then cut a deal to not go to prison, because it seems weird that you escape prison and now you're running around here starring in a big movie. Like, that seems pretty weird.
Do you think, and this is outside what the show's trying to do, but I did wonder about, I was like, could a movie studio get insurance on a film where one of the main actors is a terrorist?
No, but the thing is that what I like about this
show, in the show, it's not like, I don't need an episode of like,
right,
you know, Disney legal trying to figure this stuff out. But it was something I thought of, like, watching. Like, I wonder, like, what would be the conversation in the room with, like, Bob Iger when you're like, we want to cast.
I actually do want that episode. I wish this was a 22 episode season, because I
wouldn't be against that episode, but I understand why they didn't do it.
They jumped to the first week of shooting and then they jumped to release. And I kind of I'm like, I would like to watch all of this. Like, I would really enjoy watching every bit of this. Like, there's no, like,
I think the episode 2 should have been he's cast in the role. That's my thought. I think they take way too long to get to.
I disagree, because I think that they spend all those episodes creating that relationship, and I think that relationship is really important. It's the heart of the show, and I think that, like, it makes this betrayal hit so hard because we've had those moments of the relationship.
Yeah, but I think you can build that relationship with them both cast in the movie.
I don't think you can, because I think that the casting in the movie is the moment where the relationship is fully cemented in a way, because Trevor's been helping him and they've achieved this thing together. And so I think that you need to build to that. And I think you need to have moments where you're not sure it's going to go there, where Simon can be very doubtful in a way that, like, feels correct. Once he's cast, all we're doing then is where he's going to get fired. And that's a little bit, like, not as interesting. But I think that the stuff that's been leading up, and I think also the stuff about, like, the working actor stuff that's in those episodes is more interesting than, like, I'm the star of a movie. Like, that's interesting once we've done some of the working actor stuff.
But I think because a big part of the show is him trying to hide who he really is, but nobody gives a shit who he really is. Right. So, like, even in the episode when that kid gets the footage, and, like, we got to make sure it doesn't get online, nobody knows who the fuck you are. Doesn't matter.
Well, ironically, Damage Control's on the whole time, though. That's the thing. And they know everything about Control, no. They know everything. They know the kitchen. Like, they know everything. So,
but like, he, you know, like, because he's like, it'll ruin my career. It's like, no, they're going to put on, nobody's going to know who you are or what it is. Like, that's the end of that. Like,
well, nobody's going to know who you are, but it is one of those things where if that gets out, like, in the modern world, that is the kind of thing that somebody blindsides you with at the junket.
Sure.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so Simon, do you have superpowers? Because we have this video here. Like, that's 100% a thing. Or somebody, like, will plant that on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, that's like dirty tricks that happen. Yeah. So I think that's very plausible. So Simon confronts Trevor and is like, are you cooperating? Like, are you fucking spying on me? And Trevor's like, yeah, I had to. They were going to put me in prison. Like, you know, but I really am your friend. And Simon's like, no, man, like, this has all been a lie. Like, you're full of shit. Like, and I think it's really devastating. Like, Simon, we spent so much time understanding that Simon is a weirdo. Simon is an outsider. Simon doesn't have friends. Like, in a real way, not like in a like my friends are all weirdos. He literally has no friends.
He has no friends. Yeah.
And the one person that he got close to and let himself be himself in front of fully and revealed his powers and everything is the guy who has betrayed him in the worst possible way. In the way that's not just betrayal personally, but it's a professional betrayal, because he knows this means that his career is fucked. So I think it's a really good bit. And then he goes off to the studio lot and goes onto the soundstage where they're shooting, and he does an ionic power blast that blows the whole fucking soundstage up. Which is really intense. I was very surprised by that turn of events, frankly. The big explosion. Yeah. You saw everything coming on this show. You're too smart for this show. You saw everything coming.
No, I don't think I'm too smart for the show, but it was like, obviously, we have one episode left. There has to be a major event, and we know his powers are explosive, and we know that when he loses control, he explodes. Where else are you going to go? Like, you know, it's not a matter of like, oh, I'm smarter than the show. It's the show is following the logical path.
No, that's all that is. So I'm not okay. Maybe this is what we're misunderstanding here. I'm not surprised by that event. That was obviously going to happen. What I'm surprised by is that event didn't happen on set while they're shooting and he loses control. That event happens where he leaves Trevor's trailer and goes to the soundstage and blows up the soundstage. There is a deep meaning there, like that he is, I'm going to go blow up the soundstage. Like he knows that that's going to happen. This is not, he's kind of doing it, in fact. Like it's not just that he's out of control. He is kind of like building the power in a really enormous way. And so that's the part. Like he goes to the soundstage and blows up the soundstage. He doesn't go off like get in his car and try to find some place.
Run off somewhere.
But no, he goes to the soundstage. It's going to be the most obvious place to do it. It's the most representative of what he's been trying to do his whole life. He sees that, he believes that this shit is ruined for him. So as a result, he destroys it.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that people who have these kinds of secrets and who have the inability to connect with others will do. They'll blow everything up because they're like, well, I'm already busted.
Yeah. I do think we're skipping over the most important bit about the scene between him and Trevor.
What's that?
That there's a Planet of the Apes poster.
There is a Planet of the Apes poster. The original Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Yeah, that's really great.
Which, as we remember, Trevor thought that they were real monkeys.
Yes, he did. Yes, it's a really good callback. So the final episode is called Yucca Valley, and it's a really interestingly structured episode. It's kind of 2 episodes as one, kind of. Yeah. And we have our final flashback, which is that after Wonder Man, his dad takes Simon out for burgers. He takes Simon out for burgers a couple of blocks from my house at the Foster Freeze, which is also the Foster Freeze in Pulp Fiction. When Ving Rhames gets hit with the car, that's right where it happens. It's right there. Yeah. So it's kind of, I was like, my God, like, as I've said a number of times on this podcast, I love how LA this show is. Like, it's just locations that I know and I've been to and like are real places that you go. They're not like the tourist spots. Like, and I mean, the Chinese is, but like all these restaurants and bars they go to are not.
I would disagree.
Really?
I would disagree.
You think tourists go to Tight, the French restaurant in Silver Lake?
The oldest French restaurant in Los Angeles? Yes, I do.
Who goes to LA to go to the oldest French restaurant in Los Angeles? That's not a tourist spot. It's a local spot.
I don't think it's. I think it's a local spot that like locals are like when family or friends come, like you want to go someplace.
No, that's where locals go for nice dinners. It's a local spot. It's a straight local spot. It's not a tourist spot. It's not a tourist spot. It just isn't. Like when tourists come here, they don't go eat on the east side. First of all, they're gonna go eat on the west side. They're gonna go to Beverly Hills. They're gonna go to those places. They're gonna go to the famous places that when they go back to Iowa, people are like, oh, you went to Musso and Frank's. That's as east as they're gonna go to eat. Musso and Frank's. That's a tourist spot. It's also a local spot.
Musso and Frank's is a massive tourist spot.
But it's also
I'm saying the restaurant is when you know somebody lives in LA and they're like you want to go to the cool places that most people won't go to, but it is a tourist spot because it's where you take somebody to show how cool it is. Like this is the cool stuff.
That is the most ass backwards thing ever. It's not a tourist spot, but it is a tourist spot because people go there. It's a local spot. Like people take dates there. This is not this is not Pink's Hot Dogs or Tail of the Pup.
I mean, people take dates to Pink's Hot Dogs as well.
That's a bad date. You're a piece of shit.
I'm not saying
you're garbage. You're a garbage person. But like if you're trying to impress somebody.
I think anyone that goes to Pink's is a garbage person. It's not good hot dogs.
Anyway, this is down the street for me, and I felt like this was the show personally saying, Devin, we know you love this show, and we wanted to do this for you. Like, we wanted to be in your neighborhood shooting this show. And so Simon has gone home. He goes home, and we see that the fucking studio's blown up, and damage control shows up, and like everybody converges. There's like an explosion on the lot. Like, what's going on? Is it a terrorist attack? And the next day, we have all this breaking news. He calls his mom and is like, hey, Mom, I'm okay. And then he gets a call from Trevor.
I do like, by the way, before that, we see on top of his fridge, he has Hulk protein powder, which made me laugh very hard.
There's a big question about how licensing works in the Marvel Universe, because we know that there's the Hulka Hulka Burn in Love ice cream. So, like, is Bruce Banner, like, signing off on that? Or does Tony Stark...
No, because Bruce Banner was gone for 5 years.
Right, so does Tony Stark own the Hulk?
He didn't know any of that.
That's the thing. Does Tony Stark own the Hulk?
I would imagine Stark Enterprises owns all of their stuff. Yeah.
I would guess, right? And so they're licensing.
No, because, I mean, that's the end of Thunderbolts, is an argument over the trademark of Avengers.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know who. I mean, it's obviously one of these things. Like, who cares?
I find it very hard to believe, even when I saw Thunderbolts, it was like really Tony, like Stark Enterprises did not, or Stark Industries did not trademark Avengers, like that would happen instantaneously.
Well, the thing is, they clearly did, because the Thunderbolts do have to change their name to Avengers with a Z. Like, so they clearly, they're going to fight it because they feel like the government named them the Avengers, so they should get it. But I suspect that they are in fact not the Avengers. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that nobody is the Avengers right now, so nobody's cared about it until Sam is going to put a team together, and now Sam wants the name because it belongs to guys who were in the Avengers, like for real.
Yeah,
I mean, I would like to watch a Marvel one shot about that.
It would be amazing if that's all that Doomsday is about. And like what's actually happening is Doctor Doom has to get people from other realities to be on the jury because
Doctor Doom is like
the Avengers.
He's the multiverse's greatest trademark lawyer.
I am George.
So Trevor gets on the phone and he's like, I figured it out. I can fix this all. I can do it. And Simon's like, fuck you, man. Like, you've destroyed everything. Like, you've ruined my life. I hate you. But then what we see is that actually Trevor has figured out how to fix this, which is that he goes and records a new Mandarin video. And he's like, you thought I was gone. And he's like, I did that. And he does the whole thing. And it's a good Mandarin video, too. Like, it's a very good Mandarin video.
Yeah.
And
he spent all night making that from the looks of it.
Yeah, he spent all night. But I like his argument, too. It's like, I blew up a movie studio because the U.S. is colonizing through ideas and movies and stuff like that. I love that. Like, I think that's so great.
The thing I like about that is that is a constant jab at Marvel that people make online.
100%. Right, yeah. It's
and they're
great.
like, all right, fuck you. Here you go.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. Yeah.
So Damage Control shows up and they raid his apartment, and Cleary's like, all right, listen, here's the deal. Like, I fucking hate your guts. Like, I hate you, but I have to let you take the fall here because I can't tell my superiors that I was like, it's already bad enough that like I was working with you. I can tell them that I knew who you were and what was happening. Like, I was on it. He's like, but I can't let you take the fall. I can't like say he didn't actually do it. Like, that's just too much.
Yeah.
So he's like, but we're going to get fucking Simon. We're going to get Simon. But by the way, when they come and get Trevor, they have like a really nice editing bit, like where Damage Control's like converging and you think it's Simon's apartment. And then it turns out that it's Trevor's apartment the whole time that they're converging on. I like that bit of editing that they do. And
I
Simon,
like it.
Why?
Because Trevor's building is indoor stairs and Simon's is outdoor stairs, and to make that trick, they filmed outdoor stairs. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. That's not Trevor's building.
I mean, maybe there's outdoor stairs in the back. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was nice. You're so negative on this show. It's so interesting.
I also don't understand why they would not just arrest Simon as well and then be like, we know he has powers and he was his accomplice, and just end it that way.
Well, the problem is that he has powers, but I don't know what the legality of having powers is.
But I think that the legality here would be like, we know that it was an ionic blast that blew up this place. He destroyed this thing. He was working with a terrorist who put out a video saying, I did this to terrorize
no, but Slattery's
America.
going to say, he didn't do it. He had nothing to do with it. Like,
But they would have evidence that he did.
I know, but the thing is that as long as he's saying I didn't do it, it becomes a whole thing. They need an easy win here. They need an easy win. They need to throw him in fucking prison. That's what they're trying to. They're trying to rack up easy wins. That's the whole plot line for Damage Control. Is that like they're going to get their funding cut? They can't get involved in a long fucking legal battle where the guy that you're prosecuting has his accomplice saying no, he was not involved. And like also because this is superhero shit. Like, is there a version where Trevor's like, oh no, I was actually siphoning ionic energy off of him? Like, that was the whole time I was with him. I was siphoning his energy, and I created a device to blow it up.
But Trevor can't even do that because Trevor would then be destroying his career.
Trevor is destroying his career. Oh, Simon's career?
Simon's career.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm saying if they wanted to continue going after Simon, that would be like, you know. Anyway, Simon gets a knock on the door, and it's his guy from the film crew, Terrell, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And Terrell's like, well, I knew that the studio blew up, but Von Kovac never misses a day of shooting, so we need you on set. And we get here now probably the thing you hate the most in this whole series, which is that he goes to the set. They're going to shoot on a different set than the one that blew up. And Von Kovac is like, take everything you're feeling about this betrayal because Barnaby betrays Wonder Man. So use this, like, have it. Like, and then we see that the prop guy comes and he goes, hey, I actually was able to find the original glasses from the original Wonder Man. So that's what these are. And Simon puts him on, he takes off his robe, and we see he's wearing the Wonder Man costume. It's the West Coast Avengers era Wonder Man costume. Looks great, I think. I think it looks really, really good.
Yeah, look good. I think I don't like that they broke up the W into like separate pieces. It made it look kind of like a Whataburger logo to me.
Yeah, I get it.
What are you gonna do?
But it's pretty good, and I know that you hate
overall
it because we spent the whole season not with him in a costume, and now he's in a costume. He's only in a costume in a movie for one moment. I know
that's not even what bothered me most of all in this sequence.
What
bothered me most of all was when they cut to show the camera and stuff as he's acting, and it's a big budget superhero movie, and there's 3 people behind there, and there's not even somebody holding a boom mic. I was like, guys, come on, like, toss in, like, just film your actual crew, like.
So here's the thing. When you're watching a movie about Hollywood, the people who make the movie obviously know what happens. Like, they know, they get it. Like, they're doing it, right?
Yes.
They also, though, are making decisions based on what's going to work best cinematically in the moment. And I think that in that moment, there's a version of that where it is the whole crew. There's 1,000 people around him. And that's like kind of a joke moment. You know what I mean? Like where he's having this big emotional thing and then you pull back and there's like a guy eating like a snack or whatever quietly. They keep it really small because they want to maintain the emotion of the moment. So they don't want the bustle of a film set or they don't want all those people standing around to get in the way. They want the focus on him. They have the camera because they need to let us know, oh, we're shooting now. Like, this is the movie. Like, it's like a little bit of a visual language. But also, I think it's maybe not impossible. I'm going to headcanon this. So that's the reason why they did it, though, is because it's cinematically better. Like, it's just better not to have. There's a version where you do have the full crew, but that's a different vibe than just a couple of people. But I would say that headcanon-wise, in universe, because of the terrorist attack and because of the chaos and because how raw Simon is, Von Kovac clears the set. Like, it's just them. He wants Simon not looking at the PA. He doesn't want Simon aware of the studio exec. He wants it just the people who need to be there. And yeah, there should have been a boom, but the boom is really distracting in a scene. Like when they're shooting somebody acting, it's like always, because the thing about a boom is that it's always closer to their heads than you think it should be.
Way closer than you think. Yeah.
And so
like it is one of those things that, like, whenever you see like a boom mic pop into a shot, it's more like it's amazing that doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. I think that a boom mic right over his head is going to read as comedy. I think in that moment, because we're thinking, oh my God, the boom mic's in the shot. But like boom mics are right over, they're so fucking close. And also, by the way, I'm going to say, I've been on a lot of movie sets and they're not always using booms.
I mean, he's not mic'd up.
We don't know that.
We do know that.
How do we know that?
I'm pretty sure we know it because he just walks up, like he takes off his robe, he walks up. And
he got mic'd. He got mic'd inside the suit in costume. The mic is in the suit. It's in the collar of the suit. But I've been on big budget movie sets where they're not boom micing. I've definitely been there. So like I've been on where they also are, but I've been on ones where they're not. What? Don't look at me. I've been on fucking 24 movie sets.
No, I know you've been on movie sets. For a scene that's a conversation, they don't have a boom mic.
I think the thing is, the one thing that they're doing here,
bullshit.
See, this is when you don't like something, you get very nitpicky about it. The one thing they're doing.
No. I'm calling you out on bullshit. Not the show.
I've definitely been on sets that are not using boom mic.
For a conversation scene.
I mean, I guess. Like, I don't know. Anyway, the one thing they are doing here is he's talking to a tennis ball. That's like their one thing they're doing. Like, they don't you don't want to do too much. The tennis ball already, we're in the realm of comedy here, where he's delivering a speech to a tennis ball. There's like where it's a little bit. It's a balance. So to put the boom, I think the boom is just too much. So we then.
But this is the thing is, I think you can use that moment. Well, I care because we're here to talk about the fucking show.
No, I know.
And you complain all the time when I say I don't care about stuff, and then when I care, you're like, oh, fuck off. So make up your goddamn mind which one you want.
Well, you care about like very little things is the thing.
I care about the fucking quality of the show, and I think this is a thing where they fucked up. Because I do think that they play the tennis ball as a joke, where it should be played as a serious thing. That the man that he's become great friends with, who's supposed to be acting against, he's lost, and now it's a tennis ball. And what you do is you cut to a wide shot and you show him standing there with the tennis ball, and everyone else is away from him as they're filming. And you give the sense of, even with all these people, he is alone in this moment. He has lost the thing that gave him connection. But they don't do that. So I think
I mean,
it doesn't
he is
work.
alone in this moment. He's like 3 people on the set with him in a tennis ball.
But they keep it all close, so there's not a sense to that.
The camera pulls back over the pool. We get that wide shot.
No, that's later on when Joe Pants is walking away.
Oh, and then we actually watch the movie? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so
I'm
we
pretty
cut
sure that's how
we cut ahead to the premiere, and it turns out the movie's fucking great. And we see him in the theater watching the movie, and the reveal is that Joey Pants has taken the role of Barnaby.
Yeah.
He has once again taken the spotlight from Trevor Slattery. And I like also, by the way, that Joey Pants is not that good. I really like that. Like, it's like, you can imagine how Trevor would have done it. Like, you can like, oh, this would have been fucking amazing. And Joey Pants is like a little Joey Pants. Like, he's like, Simon, I had to do it. It's like really funny. And on the way out, Eric is like, Simon, you were so fucking amazing. I wish Dad had been here. He would have loved this. You really did a really wonderful thing. And so this is the part where Joey Pants tells him, you got to invest in real estate. This is it. Like, this stuff's not going to last. Put money. And then his agent is like, we did it. And she's like, what are we going to do now? Like, he's like, what happened to Trevor? And she goes, there's no news. It's a black hole. He went into a black hole. He's just like gone. And she's like, okay, well, now what's next? Like, we didn't take the thing, but everybody wants you now. Like, you are the hottest fucking guy in town. And they go outside, and the crowd is losing their minds. This guy's in Wonder Man costumes. I thought it was really sweet. And then we cut to Yucca Valley, California, which is out the desert out here. And we see he met a guy named Chuck at a bar, and he's talking to Chuck about how he's going to be making a movie. He can't tell Chuck what the movie is.
Or who the director is.
Who the director is. But, because the director doesn't like people knowing. He has to keep it really secret. But he's playing a character like Chuck, who has a job like Chuck, and he needs to like get into this role. He needs the research. He wants to follow Chuck around and like absorb who this guy is. And they have a nice time at the bar where Chuck's like, I'm not that interesting. Like, I just hang out here and do karaoke and but Simon is like very open. Like, Simon is very charming. Simon is very nice. He goes home and meets the family, and the kid is like amazed that Wonder Man's at the table, and the mom is like, I love that the mom is like, oh, this is what we have all the time, and she's made the most fanciest. The kid's like, we never eat this. Like, what are you kidding me? And it's really nice. It's really sweet, and he's really great. Like, this is a totally different Simon than we've seen previously. This is a Simon who is in the moment. He's with people. He's connecting with them as people. And it's very, very sweet. And then we see Simon and Chuck. Chuck's working on his car, and they're talking. And Simon's like, it would really help me to get into where you work. Like, it would really make a big difference. And so Chuck is finally able to do it. He falsifies some paperwork, and then he creates a fake identity for Simon, and he's able to bring him into work. And we don't know what Chuck's job is, but now we figure out.
We also know that Chuck has massive medical bills that he's got to pay off.
Huge medical bills. It's a real problem.
Yeah.
Like
his daughter was sick.
His daughter's really sick. Yeah, and
nobody knew what it was. It turned out to be salmonella.
Yeah. So it turns out he works at damage control prison, and so we go in, and they go in, and they're walking down the halls, and Simon again is improvising. He's doing really great improv. The guy's like, where do I know you from? And Simon's like, the bar. I'm always doing karaoke every Thursday night.
He puts on like an accent.
He puts on an accent. It's really great. And so Simon is like in it. Like, Simon has learned how to act. He has truly learned how to act. And so he goes and he finds his way down to Trevor, where Trevor's in prison. And meanwhile, Chuck gets a call from his wife. She goes, a ton of fucking money just got put into our bank account. It's anonymous, but it's a ton of fucking money. And it's like, she's like, this is going to make us whole. Like, we can like get a new house and everything. Like, this is so much money. And then Cleary is meeting with Heyerdahl, and they're like, well, this guy's got ionic powers. We have this footage of him. We see how this works. Like, this is like, we could really he could be like a weapon for us. He could be a thing for us. We can really bring him in and really use him. And Simon runs into Trevor, and Trevor's like, oh, Simon. And Simon pulls the bars off the prison cell. And I think this is so sweet. He grabs Trevor, he hugs him, he holds him, and he flies through the ceiling and up into the sky. And damage control shows up to try to stop him, but it's too late. And we see them just flying off from the very big distance, flying off into the sky. And that's the end of the series.
Yep.
And I thought that was such an incredible final shot. That was such a good last shot.
Harry Nielsen plays.
Yeah, Harry Nilsson plays, which I thought was really, which it's great because it's goes back to the first episode with Midnight Cowboy.
Yep.
And it really hammers home. It's a much happier version of the ending of Midnight Cowboy, where Joe Buck takes Rizzo down to Miami and Rizzo dies on the way. But here,
it's also the ending of Radio Flyer.
Is it?
You never saw Radio Flyer?
I mean, I saw it in 1993 or something like
Where
that.
the kid's like, I'm gonna fly away on my red Radio Flyer wagon, and it ends with him flying off. But it's clearly supposed to be that he died. He did not survive.
Well, Trevor has not died. I like that. I like that Simon has got his powers under control. Like, he knows how to do his shit, and it's because he's accepted them. And I like that he saves Trevor, and I like that it's that big moment. Like, I just love that ending. Like, I think separate from everything else, taking everything else away visually, what did you think of that ending? That last shot?
Oh, visually it's great. Yeah, it's great.
It's such a great shot.
I think the one mistake I think they make is they show them flying off into a far shot, and then it cuts back into the cell, and we see the damage control guy looking up, and that's the last shot of the show.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you should have ended it with them flying off from far
I do
away.
agree with that. I do agree with that. I think that, but like, so.
But
so
it's a beautiful shot.
The Chuck thing.
The Chuck of it all.
The Chuck of it all is challenging. The show is telling us not to worry about it. Like, that's what the show is telling us. It's like, listen, they got the money, don't worry about it. They are fucked. Chuck and his family are fucked. Like, they're 100%
Chuck is
fucked.
going to prison.
Yeah, he's going to prison. Yeah, 100%. But I think the thing is that the show is telling us, don't worry about it. Like, he's okay. Like, it's asking us to accept that. Now, like, if they do a season 2, which I don't think they're going to do, could it be part of the story, be the problem with Chuck? Yeah, 100%. Like, they could definitely revisit that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the show wants us to, at the end, think about that. It wants us to go, Chuck got the money, and Chuck is taken care of. And
I have a feeling they're going to do a season 2.
You think so?
I have a feeling that this show is not expensive.
Oh, it definitely wasn't.
There's no special effects.
No, it definitely wasn't
Very
expensive.
little. Yeah.
I just don't know if it's done well enough.
I mean, today it was still the #1 show on their like Disney Plus 10 shows that everybody's watching.
Huh.
And it's been out for a while.
Yeah,
right?
for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. Like, so that seems impressive to me.
That's interesting.
You know?
I mean, I'm just not seeing a ton of buzz about it. I'm not seeing a ton of buzz about it. I mean, all the buzz that I see is people loving it. Like, I see people like loving these characters a lot, and that relationship I think is just so great. Like, between Trevor and Simon, I think it's just such a beautiful relationship. But you hated this show; you don't like it very much at all.
I do. I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, and so talk about like your big take on the Final Four. Like, now that we finished it up, like, what's your big take on the Final Four?
I think. Again, I mean, it's not that much different than the first 4. I think Simon is a blank character. I don't think they do anything to endear him to the audience. And I'm watching the show, and I'm not rooting for him. At no point am I rooting for him, because at no point do I see him actively trying to be different or change or grow in any way. And then at the end, he's growing off screen. He spent a year growing, and we don't get to see any of that. And I think that's poor characterization.
Well, I think we see him learn the lessons. We just don't see him do the part like where you have to like put those lessons into action. But we've seen him learn the lessons. Like, everything he's doing at the end is all stuff that's based on what Trevor taught him, and also based on the idea that he has now accepted his powers and he's going to use them to help somebody who matters to him. That he's going to get out of his own selfish thing, and he's going to say, even though I got, his thing is like, I got what I wanted. Like, I hit the thing. I made the movie. I did it, and now I can go do something for somebody else. So I do think that we saw it. It's just we just don't watch the year of learning how to do it.
But even that, he sacrifices nothing. Because even in the prison, we see him destroy the camera so he can't be seen. So they know it's him, but they can't prove it's him. Like, it's all that kind of stuff. So he can go back to being acting, and then Trevor just hides out somewhere.
So the thing is that they can't, because the thing is that, here's the deal. If we're going to go realistic a little bit, right? they don't have the prison cameras necessarily, but what they do have is they do have the security camera at the bar. They do have the security camera at the gas station. They do have these things where they can prove that he was there, and that may be enough in terms of damage control. Like as an organization, I think damage control is a little bit closer to ICE than it is to the FBI.
Sure.
Like, I think if they wanted to just show up and fucking bag and tag them, they would. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that they're trying not to do that kind of stuff, but I suspect that they would if they felt like they needed to. That goes against
what you said before. That when I said, why wouldn't they just say he's an accomplice to Trevor Slattery? And you were like, no, because they don't want a big dragged out thing. But
well, but I think the problem here is that he hadn't done anything that they could pin on him. But like once they can say
he blew up the fucking thing.
Yeah, but they didn't feel like they could pin it on him, and it was too embarrassing for Cleary. That all is embarrassing for Cleary. That's why that all goes that way, is because Cleary is in such a position that he feels really fucking embarrassed by how this all worked out, and he needs to figure out a version where he can be a hero, and that's that he was actually on to Trevor the whole time. And so they all knew that he had powers. It wasn't a question they had powers. They needed to find a reason to take him in. And,
which I would say him blowing up.
But again, the problem is that like he because of the Trevor of it all, and the Trevor will not work with them, it's just too complicated for that moment. Now when it's a year later, I don't think, simply maybe their budgets haven't been cut. They're feeling very grand about Simon. Like, we could use this guy. He now breaks out a known terrorist out of prison. This is different. Now the vibe is totally different. Like, he's just a guy living his life. Like, that's why people don't like ICE, because they're just showing up people who living their lives.
Yeah.
Like, if ICE was only pulling people who, like, this guy blew up a prison, like, they'd be like, people are like, okay, I guess so. So that's the thing. He's now done a thing. And I think that, like,
he already did a thing. That's what I'm saying at the studio. He did a thing.
Again, the only person the person who took responsibility for it, who everybody's going to think definitely did it, is going to say that this guy didn't do it.
But they don't. I mean, to use what you just said previously yourself of security cameras at the bar and whatnot.
Again, I get
there's
it.
definitely security cameras at the studio.
The point is that they have Trevor, who has said, I did it, and they can just put him in jail. They don't have to do anything. Like, to bring Simon in, to build the case, to all this stuff, while Trevor is denying it all the whole way, and Trevor's entire testimony is going to be, no, this did not happen. It's too complicated. It's fine if you're, like, not under budget crunch, but you need to put guys in that fucking prison. And Trevor can go right in that prison right now. And they haven't stopped looking at Simon. That's the thing. Like, I think that's important when they're talking about Simon at the end. They haven't stopped. They're still looking for a way to do something with Simon, whether it be to work for them or to put him in prison. They haven't. He's not done something that they can really, really nail him on.
Well, I mean, this becomes my other thought process on this, is because they're like, oh, we're gonna put him in a place they can never get out of. Trevor Slattery, the terrorist. But why would he be a damage control issue? He's not a power figure.
That's, who cares? I mean, that's in comics. This happens too. They put the fucking Beetle in like superpowered prisons. This guy wears a suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, who cares?
No, I agree. But the Beetle at least has like a super suit, and you can be like, well, he knows how to build that stuff. Like Trevor Slattery.
Yeah, but there's guys in these prisons in the comics who don't know how to build this stuff. They just get the suit, and then they end up in these prisons. Yeah. It's comic book shit. He's a supervillain. He goes to supervillain prison at the end. Like, that's the deal. And the thing is that Department of Damage Control, like, it's like just Supermax. Like, they put the Unabomber and they put like John Gotti in the same prison. You know what I mean? Like, these are the guys that are fucked up. Like, we hate these guys. And Damage Control is that version of this in the Marvel Universe. That these are the guys that handle the guys that everybody fucking hates. And so he goes to the worst, most serious, most difficult to get out of prison, you know? And that's my take on it. I mean, but comics are full of guys who have no fucking powers getting locked up in not... Because once upon a time, and maybe the argument here is he's already been fucking broken out of prison by superpowered people. So he belongs in the superpowered prison. Like, that's the deal. Like, that's where he should be. You know what I mean? Like, he's got that shit going on. So, but like, see, you wouldn't be nitpicking this though, like in a different thing. It's just that you don't love this.
I'm not even nitpicking. Like that is not something that I'm holding against the show. That they're like, oh, Damage Control's going to go get them. But I feel like the idea of them, with you pushing so much, like, oh, they're trying to get it done right away and right fast. I think it's better when they can be like, and here's a superpowered guy that we caught as well.
Oh, they would love to do that. You know, they would love, but that's not going to be fast.
No, that's not going to be fast, but I think that's going to put more of a show on, which is what they need. They
But
need
they
to
don't
be
have
like,
the,
look,
they don't
we
have
did
the
a big
time.
thing.
They're talking about this as current. Like the Congress is thinking about cutting their budget right now. This is not like we have 2 years to figure this out. Like we need to do this like right now. And they've spent months, by the way, at this point. Like once they bring Trevor in, they've shot a whole movie. This is like they done
No,
pre.
no. It's the first week of shooting.
Oh, that's right. So they done pre. So it's probably 2 months at least that he's been fucking around. Like that's a lot of time. Like
It's plenty. It is. I agree.
And
but
we've been
again,
told again and again and again, these guys don't have time. So like they're just going to take the most easy win, and they're going to keep their eyes on Simon. If they can do that, that's a great thing also. But they're going to take the easiest win, and they're not going to muck it up with like a different legal battle, or they're not going to muck it up with like fucking Trevor's going to get a fucking public defender who's going to actually not go with Trevor's wishes, and it's going to say actually Trevor didn't do this, it was this other guy. It's going to make them look stupid because they brought him in. It's just the easiest win. And he's a guy that needs to go back to prison anyway. It's the easiest possible win, and they're going to get Simon. They will get Simon. They're still talking about him at the end of the episode before he breaks Trevor out. It's just that they know this is going to take a little bit more finessing to get this correct. And so that's the thing. So they're just taking the lowest hanging fruit right now, like at this moment. And they're not going to try to fight the narrative that Trevor has wisely put together. And, it's going to be weird for them to go and say, no, actually this guy who was not really a terrorist, but pretended to be a terrorist is still pretending to be like, it's going to be weird. Like, I don't know what people think about the Mandarin per se. It seems like they believe that he was in fact a terrorist.
I mean,
like regular people, right? They seem like they really believe it.
Yeah, there's nothing in this or in Shang-Chi that makes me think anyone like believes he was like an actor guy.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, they know he was an actor guy because as we find out in this, he was on the TV show and yada, yada, yada. But like nothing to say that like anyone is like, oh, he wasn't actually a terrorist. He thought it was a role. Like everyone seems to think he was just a terrorist.
Well, he was an actor who became a terrorist, right? I mean, that's the thing. Like, oh, do you want to know why he was so good on these videos? Because he was an actor before he became a terrorist, and something happened. I'm sure there's like some kind of like Netflix 4-episode, way too long miniseries, docuseries. That's like the journey of Trevor Slattery, and like everybody knows.
There's definitely a podcast. Yeah.
There's a podcast. Yeah, everybody knows that he was an actor, but they think he's an actor who became a terrorist.
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden was a rich boy who became a terrorist.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the thing. So, well, I'm sorry you didn't like it that much because I really actually loved it. I loved it, and it's like one of my favorite Marvel things of the last few years. And I'm sorry you didn't like it that much. It's too bad.
I thought it was real bland, and it really bummed me out because I was very hopeful for it, and I just felt like I did not like their interpretation of Simon Williams, and I thought it was boring overall.
Again, that's the thing. I really like their interpretation of Simon Williams. I think it's correct to the comics. Simon Williams is a coward in the comics. He's not heroic. He can get there like within like the thing with all comic characters who are not main characters, they'll often live the same fucking arc again and again and again. Like Scarlet Witch has gone bad and become good how many fucking times?
Yeah.
So, but Simon's arc is traditionally he's a coward who actually becomes heroic and will often sacrifice himself in the process. So like that's been a very traditional Simon Williams arc, and so I think the idea that this guy is not heroic, I think fits with Simon because Simon.
No, I don't mind him not being heroic.
But like being like self-centeredly not heroic, like.
But I don't even think he's a good self-centered figure. Like I think he's just blank and he's just uninteresting.
It's and so then funny
because the bits that we have of him are like oh he's blank and he's uninteresting, and he doesn't. He's not even like somebody who thinks about other people. He's nothing. There's nothing inside of this person throughout the show. That's my stance on it.
I mean, I don't disagree per se. Like but I think that's what's interesting about him is that he's a person who has replaced anything inside of him with movie lines and with his goal, and in the process has made his goal really challenging to achieve. Like he's sabotaged his own thing.
I 100% agree, except he doesn't sabotage his own thing, and we never see him grow out of that. We just cut to okay, he's growing out of that.
He does sabotage. The only reason why he does well is because Trevor actually steals his fucking script and makes him take that audition in the moment.
But then when they're at Kovac's house, he's screwing it all up again.
Yeah, and then Trevor
So he
once
has
again.
not learned.
No, he hasn't learned. He hasn't learned. No, he's learning, and so he begins to learn. Like that's the thing. He begins to learn.
Yes.
and so
And then at the end of the show, he still has not learned until we cut to a year later, and it's like, oh, he did learn. Don't worry about it. He learned at some point.
I
Like
just
he's
think
figured it all out.
He's gotten the lessons. He's just put the lessons together. I think that actually feels more like real growth than like in a movie where somebody begins at A and ends at C. It always feels phony in that amount of time to me. And I think that like in this show, I like that because like there will be a period where you learn the lessons.
You need to choose a path.
Why?
On these things. Because you do this all the time where you're like, well, it's just a show, don't worry about it. And then you'll be like, well, this is real. This is how it would really be.
No, but I'm saying,
is it a show?
I think the character stuff is real. I think that the fucking stuff on the pinboard is not important. The character stuff is real. That's what's real.
But you said it about the character stuff.
I don't think I think I've said
you
that
did
about
with the
jokes.
whole Chuck thing. You're like, oh, Chuck will be fine.
No,
like,
the show
that's not real.
No, I agreed with you that actually Chuck is fucked, but the show is telling us he's not. So I get it. Like I agree. He's fucked. Like he's straight fucked. But the show is telling us he's not. And we have to take the show on its word on that matter because the show ends and there's nothing else. So in terms of the show is telling us he got the money and he's okay. And we have to just accept that, even though we actually know. But that's like when you end any kind of movie, you go, wait, they blew up the house? Like, what are they going to do now? Like, but it's triumphant in the moment. And we just go, okay, we're not going to worry about the fact that these people now know where to live. Like, they blew up the house and that was the thing they needed to do.
I really do like your hair.
What?
From The Burbs, where they blow up the house and he comes out.
You know, the Burbs remake premiered today on Peacock.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. But I think that the character stuff is real. That's what I like about the show. The character stuff feels very real to me. And even Trevor, who's a very heightened character, feels super duper real. And so the idea that you learn these lessons and then it takes you time to integrate these lessons into your life, that's very true. And that's really smart character stuff. Is that like, because again, all too often in a movie, we see a character learn the lessons and immediately implement them. And that just that doesn't work for me as a character
that's not
thing.
real, but that's a fucking story. And that's how a story works. We need to see the character growth. We don't see the growth. We see him being told the lessons. This would be like if in The Karate Kid, we see Mr. Miyagi showing him wax on, wax off and all that stuff. And then we cut to the end of the movie and he beats Johnny and he's like, look, I did it. Instead of seeing like him now have to put that stuff into effect and realizing he's been learning the whole time. We never see Simon realizing he's learned, that he's coming to terms with changing. He's just having changed. He's just, okay, I changed during the making of the movie. Don't worry about it.
He goes into the callback and kills it. Like he's in the moment. He figures it out.
No. Because then we have like 2 episodes of him freaking out about making the movie. And doing the interview and stuff like that. He's never
going to not be that guy. No, he's never not going to be that guy. Like 100%. Like that's just who that guy is. He's got like anxiety and shit. Like he's never not going to be that guy. That's
what the ending of the show is telling us he's not that guy anymore.
No, it's not telling us that. That's not the part. That's not what he's changed. It's telling us that he figured out how to be an actor. That's what it's telling us.
I think we're seeing that he's learned how to control these issues.
I don't know that we know that. We don't know anything else about his life. All we know is he knows how to be an actor. That's what we know. And we know that he has decided that somebody else...
Again, you got to fucking make a choice. Did he learn or did he not learn?
That's what he learned. He learned how to be an actor.
He learned how to be... So he did not actually learn life lessons.
See, okay, so here's the thing. The show, and I agree with this, and many acting teachers will tell you those are the same things. That those are the exact same things. That the ways that he relates to himself allows him to be a better actor.
Okay, then he learned what I'm saying. You can't say, no, that's not what it is, and then say, actually, it is. It's one or the other. This is not a back and forth thing.
What do you think he's learning?
To be a better person.
No, he's not learning that. No. That's not...
Then what is the fucking point of the show?
I don't know. What is the point of Midnight Cowboy?
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. I haven't seen it since I was in high school. I can't really remember. This is not Midnight Cowboy. This does not end with a tragedy. Midnight Cowboy ends with us seeing like, oh, this is not a good path to go down.
No, it's not. That's not how Midnight Cowboy ends at all.
It ends with fucking Dustin Hoffman dying in the fucking bus.
But it ends with Joe Buck moving on.
Yes.
Joe Buck, Ratso is not the main character of Midnight Cowboy. Joe Buck is.
Yes.
And it ends with Joe Buck moving on. So it's not saying this is not the way to go. Joe Buck learns that maybe being a hustler in New York is not his deal.
Yes. This is not the way to go. Joe Buck learns that's not the life.
No, it's not. No, he doesn't learn that life is bad. He learns it's not his deal. That's all he learns. He doesn't learn that like, oh, this is bad. I shouldn't do this. He goes, that's not my deal. Like, that's not what I should be doing.
Fine. That's character growth. This is not the life for me. That is character growth.
So learning how to be an actor is character growth. I don't understand how that's not.
But you're saying, oh my God, holy shit!
Joe Buck isn't a better
listening to yourself.
Joe Buck's not necessarily Joe Buck becomes a better person by the end of Midnight Cowboy in that he cares about Ratso, and Simon becomes a better person than Wonder Man in that he cares about Trevor. It's the exact same arc. He doesn't care about anybody else except himself and his deal. And then in the end, he cares about Trevor. Joe Buck comes to New York City. He doesn't care about anybody else except being a hustler. And then he gets up with Ratso and he discovers that he cares about Ratso.
Yes, but what I'm saying, again, this is never played in the show. Again, we are seeing him get the lessons. We are not seeing him take in the lessons. We skip over all of that. And I think that that's a problem. That's not good storytelling.
You want like a lesson montage?
No, just what the fuck? Holy shit. I already gave you the fucking answer of it. It is the Karate Kid thing where, okay, he's gotten the lessons and now he sees that he realizes that he's gotten the lessons. We don't get he realizes he's gotten the lessons. He's grown up. What we see is him still doing the same shit.
So what I don't understand, though, I think is that the Karate Kid is not a good example because the whole point of the Karate Kid is that Mr. Miyagi's making him do stuff that he doesn't understand why he's doing it. He knows exactly what Trevor's telling him. Like this is not like a mystery. Trevor's not coming at him with
I'm not doing a one-to-one with the Karate Kid. I'm using the Karate Kid because the Karate Kid has such an obvious here are the lessons and now you implement the lessons. That's all I'm saying with that.
But he does all the training and then he does a tournament. Like that's it. There's nothing in between. That's just the training and the tournament.
Yes, there is. He does the training, and there's the whole sequence where he's like, I don't understand why you're making me do all this bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And then Mr. Miyagi goes to punch him, and he does wax on, and then he does wax off, and he realizes, oh, shit, I've been learning the whole time.
That's the thing.
Simon does not have that.
But Simon knows he's learning the whole time. This is not secret to him. Mr. Miyagi's tricking Daniel to learning these things.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Because throughout it, he's consistently questioning everything, and then all of a sudden, he's just not anymore. Like throughout the whole thing up to the explosion, he is consistently like I don't know, I don't think this is a good idea. I got to pretend to be somebody I'm not. Yada yada yada.
No, not once on the movie. End, no, I mean once but that's just there's a reporter on set. That's not like. That's just I don't know. You know what? Like I'm sorry you don't like it. We're not going to get anywhere on this one. But next week Derek's going to like what we're talking about, which is going to be V, the original miniseries. We're going to watch the first episode. It's a 2-hour movie.
I'm going to fucking hate it now. How about that?
I mean, you probably will. Frankly, you're probably going to be like, I don't understand why these aliens did this. It's a 1983 thing, so there's some stuff that's going to be like a little bit retrograde. However, it is very current. So that's what we're going to be doing next week. Derek, if people wanted to buy merch, all of which goes to your pocket, where can they do that?
They can go to cinema-sanga.com, and that'll have all our links.
You know, is it a real problem that when we're fighting like this and like we're not making like it's like World War I, like where we're just fighting for like tiny inches, like when nobody's getting anywhere? That I just think in my head, Buddy Todd is loving this. Like I'm like,
oh, he's definitely loving it.
We can't make a podcast just for Buddy Todd. Like, we can't do that.
I think we've discussed this before. The listeners like it when we argue. So
I know, but the thing is that like
and to be clear, I want to be very clear. We are not. This argument is not us arguing for listeners' sake. We actually just very much disagree on this.
Well, but we had an argument a couple weeks ago that everybody was really annoyed by. So I know that yeah, we did. We had one that people on Discord were like, "This is so fucking annoying. Like, why are you doing 25 minutes of this?" I forget what it was.
I don't know what that one was.
But we went fucking forever on some dumb shit, and at least this is like related to the show and stuff like that. And it's like, but like, yeah. The argument is good, but sometimes we find ourselves doing 25 minutes of arguing about one thing, and neither one of us is budging a fucking inch. So, like, what? Shut up. Both of us, shut up. All right, we'll see you guys again next week. Probably less arguing for V. Thanks for listening. Until next time, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be well, and we will see you across the Omniverse.